all to the
Please wait. Let us.
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Sidra Kaur, and I would like to invite you all to the Women's Day celebration of AMWI. Today, we are here to give tribute to the women who have done fabulous work in the field of medicine. And to honor that, I would like to call Dr. Mandakini Madam to give a welcome address. Madam is a chairperson of ICOG FOXI. She's a national president of Association of Medical Women in India. She's an international vice president of MWIA Central Asia. Madam is a national vice president of FOXI and member of FOXI Committee of Infections During Medicine. We welcome you, ma'am. Please bestow us with your word.
Yeah, 1 minute. Just a minute, please. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So, good evening. Welcome, Bulbul Didi. So, our Vice President is already here. So, good evening, everyone. I think it's a most joyous occasion and double occasion for celebrating our International Women's Day as well as the Mahashivratri. So, we have Sri Shakti and the Adi Shakti together, and I think this is a double celebration for us. So, we are aware. One minute. 1 minute. Something has gone wrong. Decline karte. 1 second. Some call has come. So we are aware that on the occasion of International Women's Day, which is celebrated on 8th March of each day, this year the theme is Inspire the Inclusion. Dr. Anita is going to give a beautiful presentation for that. And this is not only for the celebrating a day, but it is celebrating and honoring the social, economic, cultural, and the political achievements of the women around the world. It also serves for the call for action for gender equality and the advancement of the rights of the women and various events, activities. I think you can see the full of activities of 8th International Day. Pallavi has just returned from Pune after celebrating the I think the people are called her as a chief guest all over, and they are the empowered women. I can say we are also empowered, of course. So, Sir Winston Churchill has said in his address to the College of Physicians of London in 1944, the longer you can look back, further you can look forward. So, at AMWI, we have a great history, and our organization, Association Medical Women of India, I am pleased to announce that our Pallavi Darade, who is also a medical physician, has become a member of our organization. So give her a big hand, please. And so we are very, privileged to have the members. So 117 years with the motto of duty and devotion. So in that time, all the women doctors come together. It is going to be in my presentation, but just to mention that so many doctors devoted their time, went out of the way, call of duty, and they formed this association, which is already 117 years. And it has gone through so many stages, which I'm going to tell you in my presentation. So, being the national president, it is my now theme is the equip, educate, and empower. Also, we have the motto: revitalize, rejuvenate, and reform the organization. Under this reform, we have AMWI Connect, and we have created around 9 chapters which are doing excellent work. And that is the main aim of the theme of this year, that is Inspire Inclusion. We are including doctors, we are including social bodies also, so that our aim is fulfilled, and in true sense, we can celebrate the International Women's Day. So friends, let's celebrate our International Women's Day. I really congratulate each one of you. You contributed tremendously in bringing down the maternal mortality, and improve the health of the women. And India is actually shining at the WHO level, at the UNICEF, because we have really achieved the 2030 goal. Saraya Madam is already here, that we are now having this HPV cancer control in a very big way. And I think that also we will be able to achieve with everybody's contribution. So big congratulations to all the women here, doctors all over. and let's celebrate by rejuvenating, by duty and devotion, and also with the making a difference in the women's life and women doctors also. With this, thank you very much. And also, I would like to again welcome you all for this celebration of International Women's Day. Sidra?
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
We'd like to invite Dr. Bakhtawar Wajidkar now. She is the president of AMWI Mumbai branch and the past president or vice president of AMWI Mumbai branch from 2000 to 2022 and the honorary secretary of AMWI. We welcome you, ma'am.
Hello. Thanks, dear, for welcoming me. Okay. It has been given a very great pleasure and it's a privilege that I've been honored with a welcome note to welcome everyone to celebrate this International Women's Day. On behalf of AMWI Mumbai branch, I welcome our president of MWIA, Dr. Eleanor. I also welcome AMWI National President, Dr. Mandakini Megh, our chief guest, Dr. Pallavi Darade, our guest of honor, Padma Shri Dr. Leela Joshi. And I also welcome our past president and patron member, Dr. Usha Saraiya, and also welcome each and every members and delegates who are attending our program today. We at AMWI Mumbai branch, we contribute towards the health and welfare of the women. And we also conduct number of camps for osteoporosis, pap smear. We run cytology clinic at Carmen All Blaze Hospital under the leadership of Dr. Usha Saraiya. And we have number of programs doing the whole year round. Also, we have our awareness and teaching program for elimination of cervical cancer. Thank you, dear. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Now we'll play madam's message.
Can you display the biodata of Eleanor, madam?
Yeah. Amit? Amit, can you please display madam's?
So we are extremely fortunate to have Dr. Eleanor as our international president, and I had the privilege of working with her for almost 3 years when I was the Central Asia vice president. She is a leader with a mission, and she could do so many, pending work which was due for the AMWI that we are very impressed with her, hard work and the leadership qualities. She is an independent gender, health, women's rights, and peace security expert. Her career has been spent as an anesthetist in the UK, and she has worked relentlessly in the area of child trafficking, UNICEF girl education, leading to gender bias violence for the World Bank, and she worked with the African Union. And I'm really fortunate to be working with her as a, in the committee of the violence against women. As the president of Widows Development Organization, Eleanor participated bringing about the state and national laws outlining the harmful widowhood practices. She is also the co-chair of the steering committee of Every Women's Treaty, and she is having so many affiliations through our MWI, like WHO, UNICEF, World Bank. She is attending almost all meetings and guiding and leading our organization to a greater height. So please play the message from the Dr. Eleanor.
Greetings. Thank you so much for inviting me to give this goodwill message. I'm really delighted to be able to do so at your event. As president of MWIA, the theme for the 2022 triennium, the president's theme is One Humanity Health Solutions through our partnerships. We are one humanity because we have come together as one. We stand united in oneness where there is mutual respect for our differentness. As MWIA, we have a strong voice, an influential voice. This was established through the coming together of our founding mothers over 100 years ago. It is a voice that comes with our mission and time-honored values, values which we uphold and we must use responsibly. MWIA joins the voices of all others in the health sector around the world who are focused on saving lives, lifting morale through every method and manner of expression. We will be genuine, inclusive, and fair, bringing a deeper level of care and compassion. As they say, health is wealth, and health for one is health for all. And this is where we anchor our efforts to ensure that MWIA becomes the preferred reference point for global health, especially women's health. And we appreciate the health workforce and frontline responders, 70% of whom are women. And therefore, as medical women, we are boldly positioning ourselves for transformative impact. And when we talk of partnerships for health solutions, it means that we constitute ourselves as a global strategy, highlighting the need for an approach that is holistic, collaborative, and integrated. We invest in strategic and integrated partnerships whilst advocating for health solutions that are innovative and contextualized for positive impact in each of the MWIA regions, and especially addressing the peculiar issues of women's research and development. One of the reasons why MWIA is in existence is because of our pledge as medical women to care. We have always cared. And now, in recognition of committing to keeping and doing our best to do more, especially in neglected areas of need, we will rise through our partnerships. May we continue to be selfless, boldly responsive, and as relevant female medical voices to be daring and yet responsible. I invite you to join me as we build this brand together. And therefore, as you go on with your event today, let's stand with one another, remembering our motto, healing with the love and spirit of a mother. I wish you all the very best for your events today. Bye and God bless.
So thank you very much, Dr. Elena, for this message. She was very prompt and immediately she recorded the message because she couldn't be present physically. So thank you very much for that beautiful message and very inspiring message. Sidra, now conduct the ceremony.
Yeah. We go on, and I would like to call upon Dr. Priya Vora. She is a secretary of AMWI. She's a Emergence Managing Committee member since 9 years, a youth council mentor since 5 years. We welcome you, ma'am. I would just like to confirm if Dr. Leela Joshi has logged in. Otherwise, we would request Priya, ma'am.
We can have this lamp lighting.
Yeah, ma'am. We can
Now,
have.
and then we have chief guest here, so another all the dignitaries here. Usha Sarai madam and Bulbul and all the dignitaries are here. So just have a ceremony of
Okay.
Amit,
Can we have the lamp lighting, please?
yeah. I'll request Dr. Pallavi Darade, our chief guest, to please declare this session and the CME open.
A very good afternoon to one and everyone, all the respected senior doctors I would be anyway addressing during my speech. But yes, happy to see all of you, and I declare this today's meet open.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sidra, now carry on.
We request Dr. Priya Vora to kindly introduce Dr. Sarita Bhalera. Dr. Amit, please flash Dr. Sarita Madam's CV.
Dr. Leela, whenever she comes, we'll take her because she's here.
Madam, I'm here. Huh?
Yeah, I know. I have seen you.
It's indeed my honor to introduce Dr. Sarita Bhalera. Madam has been a president of the MOGS in 2021 and 22. She was even the joint secretary of FOXI in 2017. Past secretary chapter of the Indian Menopause Society chapter of the Mumbai chapter. She has been a past president of AMWI Mumbai branch, secretary of the ICOG, chairperson of the West Zone Representative Committee of RCOG, and quiz committee chair FOXI 2009 to 2011. I welcome Dr. Sarita Bhalera, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Priya, for that kind introduction. And thank you, Dr. Meg. It's indeed a pleasure to be here on this wonderful International Women's Day. I'd like to now invite our guest speaker to give the prestigious Dr. Shirin Mehtaji guest lecture. Dr. Shirin Mehtaji was born in 1921. She was a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist at the Kama and Alblis Hospital. She was very interested in cancer screening in women and was the founder secretary of the Cytology Clinic and run by the Association of Medical Women in India. And this is a very prestigious lecture. Many prominent doctors have delivered this prestigious guest lecture. It was established in her memory in the year 1981. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, a very, very eminent personality, Dr. Pallavi Darade. Dr. Pallavi Darade is the Commissioner of Income Tax. She has held many prestigious portfolios in the government, including income tax, tribal development, food and drugs. She completed her MBBS from the GMC Nagpur. She joined the Indian Revenue Service in 1997. She's also got an LLB from Nagpur University. And apart from all these academics, she's a marathon runner, which I think is really, really amazing. She has high energy levels, excellent communication skills, and she has received many awards, including Government of India Award for Exemplary Performance, the Government of India Swachha City Award, Dainik Bhaskar Award, the Radio FM Award, and the Women of Wonder Award 2018. Thank you so much, Dr. Pallavi, for joining us on this occasion, and over to you for your guest lecture.
And 1 minute, and apart from all her academic things, she is a excellent human being and such a humble and nice person. When I called her, I must tell everyone. And on one call, she said, "Madam, I'm there. You just don't worry. And I said, people will like to hear you because there are so many income tax problems or taxation. We are not aware. And it was very, thank you, Pallavi, for that, accepting our invitation on such a short notice. And you are there from the beginning. Even in fact, the chief guest came before everyone. So thank you for that gesture. And I request you to please deliver this prestigious Shireen Mehtaji award. Lecture.
A very good afternoon
I
to
just forgot that you have to give the chief guest address also because you are our chief guest. So please address us first and then start the lecture.
a very good afternoon to everyone. On today's occasion of International Women's Day, we are celebrating at the Association of Medical Women in India in association with AMWI Mumbai branch. Respected guest of honor, Padma Shri Dr. Leela Joshi, madam. I think she would be joining very soon, Chief Medical.
She has joined already.
Right. Yeah. So, Madam Joshi, Dr. Mandakini Meg, National President, AMWI, our inspiration, and it is because of her love and affection for me that I am very much here. Real affection for me. So, Dr. Usha Saraya, past president and patron, Dr. Bulbul Rai Chaudhary, Dr. Bakhtawar Wajidar, I'm sorry with the pronunciation. Dr. Nalini Kurve, Dr. Yamini Alsi, Dr. Suvarna Khadilkar, Dr. Sarita Bhalerao, who's been very kind to introduce me, and Dr. Priya Vora, Secretary, Mumbai branch. And my mentor and my teacher, Dr. Purvar, who is very kind to call me today morning, and she's been a guiding light all throughout. Madam, thank you so much. I was a student at the Government Medical College, and she's here also. Dr. Lakshmi Shrikhande, which I see, and many more eminent doctors who are present here, all the members and delegates. So it's a matter of great honor and immense pleasure to be here today among the illustrious stars of not only AMWI, but I think the complete medical fraternity. And I'm so happy and proud that all of them are women also. So yes, that common connect, I'm extremely proud. So at the first outset, I would like to wish everyone here a very happy International Women's Day. Madam, talking before so many stalwarts is really, I have to hold my breath. And I wish that everything goes on well. I've really prepared for this, I hope, because all of you have been my teachers also. But I think your best wishes are with me. So I'll definitely go through this presentation very well. Madam, I'm especially thankful to Dr. Mandakini Meg, madam, who is so energetic. She's so dynamic, committed, and determined to bring the lost glory back to AMWI. I think every one of us is together with her to bring this association back to the glory days. I'm humbled as I was informed that I would also be honored by receiving Dr. Shireen Mehta award, and I'm supposed to also give the lecture for Shireen Mehtaji's guest lecture, which I'm told have been given by many eminent personalities till date. It's crucial to today reflect on what remarkable achievements we have done till date and the relentless dedication displayed by women in advancing healthcare. From the pioneering days of Elizabeth Backwell to the modern era, women have continually broken barriers and shattered stereotypes in medicine. Their contributions have not only transformed the very landscape of healthcare, but have also inspired generations of aspiring doctors, both male and female. One of the most significant contributions of women doctors lies in their role as trailblazers and advocates of change. We should never forget this because this is the field which we have come into and have changed it substantially. Through their perseverance and resilience, they have challenged societal norms and paved the way for greater gender equality in medicine. We have proven time and again that competence, knows no gender, and their expertise has enriched every aspect of the medical practice. Moreover, women doctors have played a pivotal role in addressing healthcare disparities and promoting public health initiatives. Their compassion and empathy have not only comforted the patients, but have also driven efforts to improve access to healthcare services, particularly to the marginalized communities. Whether it is through community outreach programs or advocacy of health policy reforms, women doctors have been at the forefront of efforts to create a healthier and more equitable society. Furthermore, we women doctors have made significant contributions to medical research and innovation. Our insights and perspectives have led to groundbreaking discoveries and advancements in various fields, from oncology to infectious diseases. By challenging conventional thinking and embracing interdisciplinary collaboration, we have pushed the boundaries of medical knowledge and improved patient outcomes worldwide. As we celebrate the achievements of women doctors today, it is essential to recognize the challenges we face in our professional journeys. Gender bias, discrimination, and work-life balance issue persists in the medical profession, highlighting the need for ongoing support and advocacy. By fostering a culture of inclusivity, which is our theme today, and providing mentorship opportunities, we can empower the next generation of women doctors to realize their full potential and continue working significant contributions to the healthcare. Madam, today we are celebrating the International Women's Day, and as we have the theme to inspire for inclusion, also invest in women and accelerate progress. That is, we are also targeting the economic disempowerment. At this juncture, it is extremely important from now where we are standing, we should look back from where we had started. Only when we see from where we had started can we decide whether we have come to a particular milestone and what will be our journey ahead. Now, when in Indian context, I look back, I see a significant milestone in women when we achieved independence. At the dawn of independence, if we all remember, and if most of the doctors would be Marathi, I would say that तेव्हा तर महिलांना म्हणजे घराचं उंबरा सुद्धा पार नव्हता करतायत. So at the dawn of independence, we even could not cross the very boundaries of our homes. And very far women were allowed the opportunities of education, of pursuing their economic pursuits. But today, we see a different picture altogether. Now, how come that has changed? How come that has completely changed over a span of 75 years? Now, all over India, all over the world, we will see that for women's right, women had to struggle. You see, in the USA, many people had taken out, they had taken out the morchas and all to achieve their voting rights and other rights as human rights. In France, they had done this. So women in France, in US, had to struggle. But in India, the picture is completely different. In India, at the dawn of independence, we were given all the rights, whether it is voting rights, whether it are marital rights, whether it is property rights. In fact, the very human rights were given to us on a platter by our constitution. So we should never forget this, that before constitution, we did not have all these rights. With constitution, we got all these rights. We all got the laws because of which we are here today. This breaking point, this even point, which we had come in our life, I think we should hold it very dear, because it is because of this that women like you and me are today conversing with each other, have been, in different various positions. and have brought the Indian society to such a flourishing aspect today. It is only because women in India are participating in the economic activity, in the educational aspects, that today India can aspire to become the third largest economy in the world. You see, if we have all to progress together, we cannot keep somebody behind, right? In earlier context, before independence, women were completely kept behind. If everybody would agree with me. Yes, some were ahead. Some had the opportunities, but not all. Now what has happened is everybody's got the opportunity. Everybody's got the hope. They have got, if nothing else, even in the villages, we will have a Zilla Parishad school there standing to give the education in whatever regard to the girl child who is approaching that school. So this is a huge difference. I think women should hold the constitution more dear than their own clothes, because that has given them the honor, the opportunity that was missing to us for centuries together. So that is one point which I want to put across. There is another point which I want to put across is that we have to compare like with like. सारख्यालाच सारखं आपण कंपेअर करू शकतो. आपण सारख्याला दुसऱ्या गोष्टीला कंपेअर नाही करू शकत. We cannot compare India and US, right? Because US had got independence 200 years earlier. India has got only 75 years. The situation in which US is completely different. We are in a different situation. But we can compare like with like. Now, India can compare itself with its neighbors, right? So when we are comparing India with its neighbors, the first neighbor that comes to my mind is Pakistan. Why it comes to my mind? Because it is carved out of us only. It was a part of us before independence. Its birth is on 14th of August, 1947. Our birth is 15th of August, 1947, right? Just a day difference. But what is the situation today in Pakistan? And what is the situation today in India? It is completely different. They are going on a different tangent altogether. And we are aspiring to become the third largest economy in the world. And when we look at this, why this is happening, we would understand that after independence, they had also got the constitution. We had also got the constitution. Their constitution also has very nice things written in them. All the words and everything. Our also has. But they went into the religious way. They went into the totalitarian way. They went into a dictatorship way. They went into military intervening in their politics. Whereas in India, we did not go that way. What we did, we tried to implement the constitution in letter and spirit. I know we have not reached everybody. I know there are more than half women to whom we are yet to reach. Whatever is written in the constitution, whatever are the laws which we have implemented for ourselves. But in whatever small measure we have been able to reach, see the result. See the result in India and see the result in Pakistan. Now, if we imagine that a woman in Pakistan, they cannot even have proper food. What would a woman in Pakistan think? Would she think about a career? Would she think about an education? Or she would give the priority to have her children fed, right? So always the priority for a mother, for a woman, is to feed her child first and then think about rest of the things. But we in India today are lucky enough to have that priority of pursuing our careers, pursuing our education, only thanks to the fact that we held democracy to the very heart of us and tried to implement what we had set for ourselves. There is one more example which I would like to give, and then give a very small thinking on which it's very important for me. And then I'll stop this speech and then go to my presentation on taxation. So one important point which I want to make here is in Indian context, in Indian states. Now, if we see the various states, we see one state which stands completely out of the rest of the states. And this state is the Kerala state. Now, why is Kerala different than rest of the states? Now, the rest of the states would have Human Development Index like a developing world. Okay, but not so in Kerala. In Kerala, the Human Development Index is on par with the developed world. So in Kerala, the human HDI index is like a developed world, like say Switzerland or European countries. But rest of the states of India are the human development indexes of developing world. Why is this difference? Now, if we go into why of this question, we understand that in Kerala, what is the difference between Kerala and other states is that women are extremely educated in Kerala. Women's literacy is 99.6%. Brutally, they are illiterate. Whereas illiterate women are hardly 4%, 0.4%, not even 4%. And see the literacy of women, how it makes the complete change in the scenario. So we have today seen 3 examples. One is Pakistan, the second is India, and within India, we have seen Kerala. So the way forward for all of us women now and for generations to come would always be education, education, and education. And of course, as I said, we should hold dear democracy more than our clothes, because it is only because of democracy and education that you are doctors, I am a commissioner or anything, or our children and our daughters would aspire to become anything in the future world. So this point I wanted to put across. Now there is another very small point which I want to put across, which is very dear to my heart. Now what I see over a period of time, just excuse me, sorry. What I've seen now is there is a huge emphasis of new generation on the physical fitness. Now physical fitness is very good. There's nothing wrong in it. But what is happening is, we all know as doctors also that we are mind and body complex, right? We are not only mind and we are not only body, but we are mind and body complex in whatever measure we believe. Now what happens is, we are all paying attention to only our physical aspect. How am I looking? What is my weight? What is my color? What is the clothes I'm going to wear, and all of this. This is including me, not that I'm exempted from all of this. But I also try and pay attention to my mind. Now, in mind, for most of, I have done only MBBS, madam. I have not done any PG or post-graduation, but I have diverted and did LLB. And then I also recently pursued MA in Mumbai University, cleared NET also. So when I see this medical field now in hindsight, I think very less emphasis is paid on our mind. Now, mind is where we constantly reside, right? We are what our mind is, and we hardly work on it. So there's a very small passage which I want to read, and then I'll stop my address as a chief guest, is that I want you to answer this question if anybody can attempt. Where is your permanent residence? Yes, can somebody tell me, where is your permanent residence? Yes, can somebody answer me? Somebody will say it is my home. Somebody will say my paternal home, my maternal home.
It is my body,
Physique, yeah, correct. So our permanent residence, what we think. But let me read through what I'm about to read, and this will definitely change your view. So I'm reading out. We don't live in bungalows, duplexes, or flats. We don't live in bungalows, duplexes, or flats. We live in our minds, right? We live in our minds. Yes, that's our permanent residence. And there are no constraints of square feet there. There's a vast space of unlimited area. And you know what? No matter how well organized your rooms, balconies, garages, and verandas are, life is only good when things are sorted there in your mind. And that's where we keep things messy. Where do we keep things messy? In our mind. Regrets piling up in a corner. Expectations stuffed in a closet. Secrets under the carpet. Worries littered everywhere. Comparisons split on the table. Complexes leaking from the old bottle and grudges stinking in a box. Be aware. For this real home, the mind, the real home of yours, you can't outsource housekeeping. Like we can outsource our housekeeping at the homes to keep it clean. We can ask for some house helps. But for the mind cleaning, we cannot outsource it. You got to do it yourself. Whatever sorting is in your mind, you have to got to do it yourself. For as far as I am concerned, I do Vipassana and try to do the meditation morning, evening. I will not say all of you do Vipassana. It would be best if you do. But definitely I request all the women here to look at this aspect where we completely disregard it. We only pay attention to the physical well-being. I think the mental well-being is equally important. And with these words, I stop here. Madam Meg, Madam, I'm really thankful to you to have given me this opportunity to come and interact with such stalwarts in the field of medicine. And I thank you all the participants, the delegates, and all the senior doctors for such a patient listening. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Pallavi, that was excellent, and you made us think, very, very deeply on this very, very, important occasion on Women's Day. So now you can carry forward with your lecture, and so that other faculties are also waiting. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Is the screen good, madam?
Yes, yes.
Should we start?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So today our topic is to get empowered by knowing our taxation. Just a minute. This slide is not going ahead. Just a minute.
Amit? Amit?
No.
There is an arrow on the right side. If you can press the arrow.
You just can click on the arrow keys on your laptop.
I am trying to do that, but somehow it is not.
Can you click escape?
Yeah, I did click escape also. It's not escaping also.
Okay, fine. I'll just stop it for a. Now
Yeah.
you can reshare.
Yeah, I can now. Can it be seen?
No.
No, you'll have to reshare.
Okay, reshare. Okay. Just a minute. Sorry, yeah.
It's okay. You have sent it on the email also, no? Here. Amit, have you got our presentation? Amit?
Ma'am, she has shared.
Okay.
It's not going now. No, it's not going ahead. What do we do?
The arrow keys on the
Arrow key.
PowerPoint मध्ये आहे ना? It is going now.
Okay, this keynote मध्ये, madam. Keynote मध्ये. Yeah. Yeah. आता ठीक है?
Oh, yes.
Half of the screen is not visible, right side.
Women's Day. I wish everybody. Now, as Albert Einstein says, that the hardest thing to understand in the world is income tax. So we start with that and try and understand whatever we can today. So, but ahead of this, after Albert Einstein, I would say a person who can do MBBS can do anything in life. So, as well understand even the tax matters. Now, today's takeaway, there are only 4 points which I would like you to take away. Rest I will just browse through because I know there are other speakers also. So today's takeaway for all the women is to check the accounts yourself. Now, a person who can do MBBS can do anything. Very simple is to check the accounts. We don't check our accounts at all. And so many times in income tax, I have seen that many lady doctors or doctors come later on and say that, you know what, we don't know this is being given by the chartered accountant. We just didn't understand, but we need to check with the chartered accountant. What is he doing? So check your accounts, and they're very simple. They are not something very complicated that you would not understand. So please check the accounts. It's very logical, very simple. You would easily understand what that person is doing with your accounts. Second is to check the return yourself. When the return is being filed, it is very simple return. You will understand this is my income, these are my expenditures, this is my saving which is being reflected, this is the address, this is my profession that is being told, these are my bank accounts, all these details are there. Just a plain reading of your return, you would understand. So when the chartered accountant is filing your return, please check the return. Ask him to show it to you before he actually files. And you keep a copy of that so that whatever he files, once he files it, even take a copy of that filing of return with you for record. Okay. The next thing I would like to say is that throughout the year, as you earn, you keep on paying, right? You pay the advance tax payments with you. So every 3 months, we have to pay the advance tax. So when you're going to pay the advance tax, please check what earning that chartered accountant has shown, or how much earning has been done, how much has been shown. That accounts, if you keep on looking throughout the year, it will be extremely easy for you at the very end of the year. Now, some of the provisions I am discussing, I'll just browse through. This is a very detailed presentation. I will leave it with Meg, madam. You can later on scroll it and see it also, because there are many other speakers. I should not get them late in their talk. But yes, first important thing is it is mandatory to file returns. Now, there are many doctors, just because of not knowing this, they do not file returns. So anybody who has income above 2.5 lakh rupees have to pay the taxes and also have to file the returns. Now, there is something called as presumptive taxation. This is very important for the professionals. Now, this presumptive taxation is like, we presume, the income tax presumes that your turnover is less than 50 lakhs, 50% is your profit. Okay. So maybe it is more, maybe it is less. But if you come under this scheme, what is the benefit of presumptive taxation? Is that you don't have to keep your records. You don't have to maintain your accounts. You just say, my receipts are less than 50%, 50 lakhs, whatever they are. They're like 20 lakhs, or they're 10 lakhs, or they're 5 lakhs. And in the presumptive taxation scheme, I am paying the 50% of it. Like of 10 lakhs, 50%, 5 lakhs से offer for tax, उसके ऊपर जो 10%, 5% जितना भी tax होगा, वो pay होगा. Okay. So this is one way out of it, which is the easier one, because you don't have to get the accounts audited. You don't have to keep the books, nothing. Now, what happens if you miss the ITR filing deadline? Now, if you miss the ITR filing deadline, then interest is levied, late fees levied, whatever loss adjustment you were supposed to do from the earlier years, that right goes away. And of course, you can later on file the belated return, but the belated return also has to be filed only till 31st December of that concerned year. Okay. Now, these are the tax filing dates. I will leave this presentation with the association. Anybody can later on refer it. Yes, I'm audible. Sorry.
Yes, yes.
I'm audible, right?
Yes, Pallavi.
You're
Yeah.
audible.
These are the income tax filing dates. The most important for the doctors will be the 31st of July and the 31st of October, because most of us would be individuals, AOP, BOI, or HUF, or maybe we are getting our accounts audited. So 31st October will be one of the important dates. And in case you have filed the return and you want to change something in it, so you can go in for a revised return, where the revised return has also to be filed by 31st of December. In case you cannot file your return by 31st of July and 31st of October, you can file it by 31st of December. Okay. Now, important dates for paying advance tax. So over the years, the concept is, as you earn, you pay. So 15th of June, you have to pay 15% of your tax liability. So if 100 rupees is your tax liability throughout the year, for an example, then for 15th of June, you're supposed to pay 15%. By 15th of September, 45%. By 15th of December, 75%. And by 15th of March, 400%. So as you pay your taxes, please do have the take out the time to please check your accounts also. Now, this is the tax slab is not so important. This is a very common knowledge, so I'll skip this. But then beware that whatever free things you get, like free samples of medicine, gifts received by doctors, are considered taxable. Okay, if they are substantial amounts, small amounts, so probably nobody will ever come and check it with you. But if they are substantial amounts, then they're definitely taxable. And definitely this aspect has to be taken care, because we are very careless about our accounts. One needs to be extremely careful throughout the year, keep on checking. And it's very simple. It's extremely simple. Nothing, no rocket science. Now, these are the forms which are applicable. This your CA would also tell, but most of the time we will fill the form ITR 3. This form we fill because there is business and profession in this. Our doctor, this thing comes under the profession head. So that, and if you're a company, then a different ITR will be filled. But most of the time it is ITR 3, where an individual pursuing some business or profession. This is the further detail of the same ITRs, which are ITRs you will use. Different ITRs are there, income tax return forms for different professions. Now, regulatory compliance, important to try and keep your ear on the news, because I know tax is extremely very complicated. And as Einstein has said himself, that he can understand physics more as the theory of relativity, but not taxes. But I would say just keep an eye on your news for any changes in the tax. Definitely the tax laws, it will be reported in the news. So of course, in your checklist, do note down these advanced tax dates, do note down your return filing dates. And if it is 31st of July, try and address the return filing in June itself. Call the chartered accountant, see what has happened, how much he has worked, how many taxes he's paid. If he's not paid, do pay it, and try and address this issue a month earlier. Then things will be in your hand. If you are a big concern, more than 50 lakhs and all, probably you'll have to get your accounts audited. Then you will have all the professional support. But even if it is audited, it is nothing that we cannot understand. So just go through it. You will understand what is being happening with your return, right? Then this one information, this thing is extremely important. This facility is not even available in the US. We have this annual information statement. This statement is given by Income Tax Department to you. This AIS is available at your PAN number, at your own site. You can check, like I am earning salary, I am earning some rent income. So whatever salary I have earned till date will be reflected in this statement, which the Income Tax Department gives you in a very prepared manner. वो आपके लिए बना के दे देती कि भाई सैलरी में से आपने इतने पैसे कमाए, आपने रेंट में से आपको इतने पैसे आए, because all of it is subject to TDS. So it captures from that and gives you all the details. So please go through this 26 AS form, this annual information statement, which will tell you what is your income during the year. If you have forgotten some head, it will definitely remind you. Because this is a very big tracking system which the department has developed. And I would say that more than 65 transactions are tracked by the department for bringing your income to tax. Okay. So a very big tracking system has been laid out in last 4-5 years, in which everybody's income has been tracked. No matter what expenditures you do, it does reflect here. Okay. Presumptive taxation is what I've already spoken on. This is here you can offer your receipts which are less than 50 lakhs. You can just say that, out of 50 lakhs, I only earn, say my turnover is 10 lakhs or 5 lakhs, and I offer 50% of it. You need not keep the accounts, you need not keep the bills, the vouchers, nor do you get it accounted. So this is best thing for professionals who do not have a very large income. Okay. These are the further details of 44 AD, which is the presumptive taxation. Now here I have given one example. You can see one person, Mr. Ram, who has gross receipts of 30 lakhs. He puts in expenses of say 10 lakhs. मेरे 10 lakh तो expenditure हो गए. Net profit he offers 20 lakhs. But if you come under the presumptive scheme, your gross receipts is 30%. What you say the deemed expenses are 50%, that is 15 lakhs. So you offer tax only on 15 lakhs and not 20 lakhs as a normal person is. Plus, the normal person will have to maintain his books of accounts, his bills, his vouchers, get it audited, this and that. But in presumptive scheme, this is very easy. I would say you should discuss this scheme with your chartered accountant. He will definitely help you out. And yes, I would definitely recommend that ethical practices be followed in income tax filing so that headache nahi. Whatever it is, you have filled the return, you've paid the taxes, and that's it. Long-term strategies women should work out, especially the professional advisory services should be taken. Long-term development plan should also be there. Retirement planning is extremely essential. No matter how rich you are at a particular point of time, retirement planning in some way, either by purchases of land, by some FDs, or by some investments, or purchase of a house, in whatever ways, in annuities, whatever, but definitely you need to plan for your retirement. So thanks for watching and listening, and have a great year ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you, madam.
Sarita?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Darade, for a wonderful talk and for giving us those wonderful messages, which I really think will help all of us when it comes to our taxation. It's really an area where we really need to understand things. And you have shown us many, many important messages, including dates, which we must keep in mind.
Pallavi, that was excellent. I think very, very useful. And I think it is best appropriate on this International Women's Day that we know our money from it is coming and where it is going. I think excellent. And you are going to share it. I'm going to share in my group.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much for coming in there for us. Thank you very much. And we welcome you in the family of AMWI. Madam, she has become our member. So I think we all welcome. And we will be having this conference also. So you will be with us as a convener.
Very much, ma'am. In whatever capacity I can help the association, I'll be very happy.
Thank you. Sidra, Priya, please. Priya.
Yeah. We would like to now introduce our guest of honor. Can I have the CV, please? Mr. Amit? Yeah. It's indeed my honor to introduce Padma Shri Dr. Leela Joshi, our guest of honor for today. She has retired from the Indian Railway Health Services as the Chief Medical Director, Assam. She had settled in Ratlam in MP since 1997, and since then she is working for the anemia eradication in tribals and underprivileged section of the society, so as our maternal mortality because of anemia may reduce. For her selfless service, she has been honored at a number of occasions and at every level, and some of her famous awards or important awards are in the 100 Women Achievers. And she has also received the Women Pride Award, the Vishwa Seva Ratna Award, the Community Service Award, the Foxy Pride Award, the Devi Award, and one of the greatest honor in India, the Padma Shri in the year 2020. I welcome Dr. Leela Joshi, and I would request Madam Joshi to please address the delegates.
Thank you so much for kind introduction, Priya. Today I am having severe sore throat. Am I?
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes. You are audible.
The faculties and our chief guest, Pallavi. Pallavi has not left anything to be said anymore. So nicely, she has explained everything. Thank you so much, Pallavi, Dr. Pallavi. And all the faculty members and all the members who are present here from the Association of Medical Women of India. First of all, very, very happy International Women's Day for one to all. Thank you so much, Dr. Mandakini, for giving me this opportunity to be here on this wonderful evening. I personally feel that this association should expand, and as many lady doctors can be included, must be included, because I personally feel that healing sorry, healing or treating any sufferer has two aspects. One is the knowledge, the skill, the experience which we get. And second is the loving touch. And the first one we get by our course, medical institutions, by our practice. But the loving touch we get is our inherent property. So I feel that we only can bring a quality health service for you, for nation, for the society. So I feel that every lady, and I really appreciate, Mandakini, your efforts. You are running about, you are doing so much for expanding it. And because in between, there was a period when this could not progress. In fact, it a sort of a status condition. And I am really sorry. So, without any elaboration, I would like to be excused, and all the best wishes for you and whole the association from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you so
Leela
much.
Doshi, for that wonderful address. I just want to inform the faculty that when I went to physically inaugurate the Ujjain chapter, Dr. Leela Doshi came all the way from Ratan, just 2 courses. It was very cold, but because of her determination to be there as a guest of honor, and this is our second program with Dr. Leela Doshi. Thank you very much for your commitment, and you are giving an inspiration to all of us that in spite of your reels or whatever, we should follow you and should do relentless work for the womenhood. Thank you very much. And now, Sidra, please go ahead with.
Could we have the chairperson CVs, please, Mr. Amit, Dr. Khadilkar's, and yeah. So now I would like to introduce our chairpersons. Dr. Sarita Madam has already been introduced. So we will go with the next CV of the chairperson. Okay, yeah. Dr. Suvarna Khadilkar. She is a professor and head of department and a consultant endocrinologist at the Bombay Hospital. And she is a Deputy Secretary General FOXI 2021 to 24. She is currently the Vice President of the MOGS. She is Editor Emeritus Jogi 2021 onwards, Editor-in-Chief Journal of OBGYN of India. She's a recognized teacher, endocrinology, University of South Wales, UK, member of FIGO working group on post-reproductive health. She has been a treasurer of the FOXI 2018 and 21, President, Indian Menopause Society 2017, President of Association of Medical Women of India, Mumbai branch 2011 to 2016, editor of 12 books and more than 100 publications to her credit. And currently she is even at the national level, madam, and she's very active with the organization. Can I have Dr. Bulbul, madam's CV, please? Next.
Priya, जरा घाई करो.
Yeah.
Anahita
Yeah.
is waiting
The
for-
next chairperson, Dr. Bulbul Rai Chowdhury, madam. She is a very senior member of the AMWI. She's senior vice president of AMWI at the national level from West Bengal. With this, I would like Dr. Sarita ma'am to take over. We can start with Anahita madam's CV, and I think, yeah. I can introduce Anahita madam. Yeah. Or would one of the chairpersons would introduce ma'am? Or should I go ahead?
Go ahead, Priya.
Okay.
No time.
With this, I would like to introduce our speaker, Dr. Anahita Chauhan. Madam is the president of the MOGS. She's an honorary consultant at SAIFI and St. Elizabeth Hospital. She's a former professor and unit head at said GS Medical College and KM Hospital, president of Mumbai Obstetric Society, and a first joint editor journal of the Jogi. Ma'am, welcome on this platform, and I would request you to start your presentation, please, without delay. Thank you.
Thank you, and please allow me to share the screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So I'll just put it into slideshow. Yeah. So thank you, Priya, for doing the honors. Every time it's Women's Day, we all wake up. Why can't we do this every single day? Why does a woman need one day out of 365 to decide that that's the time she will get empowered? That's the time everyone will talk about the good. That's the time everyone will try to inspire inclusion, inspire empowerment, etc. So my basic premise is that though I'm going to talk about inspiring inclusion, and it should be a very inspiring talk, there's a lot to be said and a lot to be done in the between. So though we may talk about inspiring inclusion, are we really including women in all our decisions, in all our areas of life, in all the aspects that we should be doing? We all know Mary Kom. We all know Kalpana Chawla. We all know Indira Gandhi. We have all heard and really been impressed by Mother Teresa. But who are all these women? They are just a few or a handful of women. And what we need to understand is we have not been able to address the average Indian woman. I'm going to talk a bit about the Indian woman with a perspective which has come from the International Women's Day of Inclusion. I say if I'm beautiful, I say if I'm strong, you will not determine my story, but I will. And this is one of the quotes which is a bit offbeat for International Women's Day, but I think this is where we are moving toward. Inspire inclusion basically means accept and promote every type of personality, every type of individual. And if we see what actually inspire inclusion means, it encourages everyone to recognize the unique perspectives and contributions of women from all walks of life, including the marginalized communities. It's very easy to say promote diversity. One of the key pillars of Inspire Inclusion is the promotion of diversity in leadership and decision-making processes. And women continue to face barriers when seeking leadership roles. By championing inclusion, organizations and communities can harness the full potential of diverse perspectives, leading to innovation. The first place where we can empower women is through education and awareness. Obviously, we all know that education is key. The previous speaker, Dr. Pallavi, emphasized how different Kerala is from the rest of the country only because of 95% women being educated. We can use mentorship programs, workshops, advocacy campaigns, and create opportunities for women to thrive. By providing the support and resources, they can learn and be up to their full potential. But women need a bigger seat at the table. Why is this? Because up till now, it was all about men. If women have a bigger seat at the table, certainly education will improve, certainly healthcare will improve, certainly there won't be any war. I'm sure of it. I'm actually going to talk about this average Indian woman who all of you see in this picture. Does she care about policy? Does she care about strategy? Does she care about Indira Gandhi or Mother Teresa? Certainly not. She cares where the next meal is coming from, where her water is coming from, where her protection is coming from in terms of contraception, where her family is getting protected in terms of stigma or discrimination. This is what she cares about. At the workplace, involving inclusion or inclusiveness can be achieved by making sure that women get paid the same as men for the same work. For centuries, women have been treated as second-class citizens, but if they are given the same opportunities, they can climb the ladder through career advancement and leadership roles. I remember here that, in fact, my own professor, male professor, when I was pregnant and had to take leave, actually said, "Oh, is she really justified in taking that leave? Only girls can get pregnant. It's not fair." I mean, how can anybody think like this? Unfair treatment can be stamped out by combating this workplace discrimination, bullying, and harassment. And I'm happy to say that now, even all the medical colleges, even larger workforces do have sexual harassment committees to look at all this, also to look at workplace bullying and discrimination. I like to put this picture of Serena Williams, an international star in the tennis world, because she epitomizes the fight that women have been fighting. She was one of the few people who actually said, "My sport is as important as the man's sport. My sport is as important in terms of the effort I put in and the money I should earn." And this is true now even for women's cricket, women's football. All of them are now getting pay as per their status rather than as per their women's status. Of course, we know that every woman and every girl deserves a quality education, and they should have the same opportunities as boys. This will help in inclusion and empowerment, but gender-based violence, economic constraints, cultural norms, and biases still hamper the education level in our country. Why are women not going to school? Or why are girls not going to school? The government will always say that we have given free girl child education till the primary level is over. So they feel they're doing the right thing. Who is to blame? If we have to actually analyze and look at what the government is doing, are they doing enough? They are doing just enough to be of lip service to everyone. The quality of teachers, the quality of schools, the distance of the schools from the villages or the homes of these girls, and the inherent discrimination because the girl has to travel, she has to travel alone, the safety hazards, all are taken into consideration. And this is why most girls before or around puberty drop out of the village schools. Another area where they say that women should have a role is politics and leadership. For inclusive governance and representation, more women need to be involved in leadership and decision-making processes. This may be possible on a small scale, but on a big platform, very few women are coming forward. That's because it's still drilled into her head that आपको जो भी करना है आप करो, but पहले आप घर संभाल. Women put a burden on themselves when they try to be superwomen because they want to do everything perfectly. It's never going to be, judged if a man is not perfect in his role at home. But if a woman is not perfect, she's always going to be judged. So we have to also begin by saying, it's okay if my house has a few spots of dirt. It's okay if there's outside food brought in on a day when I'm busy, because I'm doing something equally, if not more equally important. And this is the reality. 75 years, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Are we really Amrit? We have continued to discriminate even after 75 years of freedom. We have continued to discriminate men versus women, where women always come second. Why can't we say women? Because man is a part of woman. The caste system is entrenched in the mindset of each and every Indian, whether it is a rural Indian or an urbanite. Even today, the lower caste, apparently lower caste, are looked down upon and allowed to do certain jobs or not allowed to perform certain jobs. And it's really, when you hear the actual stories of people who are discriminated against, it's not even about gender, it's just about the caste. And then now we have so many urban people who belong to the lower caste, who then have a reverse discrimination. Because anytime anybody says anything to them, they will say they're discriminating against me because I belong to a lower caste. When is this reality going to end? And when are we going to stop this discrimination, which has been in our culture for thousands of years? Which brings me to healthcare. Women's health needs are unique and they deserve healthcare that respects that. Is it respectful in a crowded 200 patient OPD to say, oh, andar jaake kapda nikalo, main aati hu? Is it okay to examine one patient when the next one is waiting in line? Is it okay to talk about a patient's problems when other patients are crowding around? We need to first be sensitive ourselves. Just because a woman cannot pay, that does not mean she can be treated in an inhuman fashion. And every woman deserves quality healthcare that meets her specific needs. And when we avoid discrimination in healthcare settings, only then will we also aid inclusion. Here, I would like to actually point out that we may be talking about discrimination in our country. Again, I quote Serena Williams, who said that as a Black pregnant mother, she was discriminated against as compared to the white ladies in the same hospital. If Serena Williams, one of the leading stars of the US, can feel this, then I wonder what our poor patients feel. And so what is the reality of our healthcare? Yes, we have decreased maternal mortality in certain places like Mumbai city to almost 50, which is fabulous. In other places, it's still in triple digits. Who is to take the credit for this? I think a combination of education, women's empowerment, NGOs doing a great job, and the government to some extent also. But what is the reality about HPV vaccination? First of all, we all know, and Dr. Usha Saraya is listening, we all know that screening as a method to prevent cancer has failed miserably in our country. The HPV vaccine has been around since 2007 or 2008. But till it became a gender-neutral vaccine, till the American Cancer Society tried to explore what issues India faces, it's only now that this vaccine has got a bit of an impetus. The goal of 2030, 90, 70, 90%, that is 90% of girls under 15 to be immunized, is probably not going to happen in India. We can aim towards it, but it's probably not going to happen. But the very fact that now the vaccine is gender neutral takes the onus away from women and shares it among women and men, and hopefully that will help the vaccine. Sad to say, but a reality. Coming back to Serena Williams, who's my recurrent theme in this presentation, she is now postpartum with her second child. And she says something so important that even we as strong, powerful women in our own field sometimes have trouble doing. She says, love my body. I love my body because I love the fact that my breasts leak milk because I'm taking care of my child. I love the fact that I have put on a little weight because this is again my baby fat. I will lose it when I need to lose it. So a whole part about loving your body is also loving yourself. And I see that this is a part of the modern day mantra. So my kids love themselves. They love their bodies. They will be very angry if I say, oh, have you put on a bit of weight? Because that is body shaming, which is not allowed. But when you love your body, you should also love your mind. And your body and your mind together are what give you the power. I cannot talk enough about Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi. Why is it that we all fall back on these old same stigmas or stereotypes that because I was treated badly by my mother-in-law, let my daughter-in-law come and I will see how I treat her. Why should we have this discrimination between daughters and daughters-in-law? Why at the time of delivery do all daughters still want to go back to their mother's home? Why can't they consider that their marital home is their home? Media has played a big role in the representation of women, and it's a powerful tool for promoting positive roles of women. Why should women be submersive, subservient, be head covered, be respectful when the man can do whatever he wants? If we can promote gender-sensitive reporting and storytelling and avoid discrimination in the media content, this will involve more women getting involved. It will also show the diverse roles that women play in the world today. And telling stories of women who have basically broken the glass ceiling and achieved major milestones will help to break the stereotype and the gender bias and the discrimination. Coming to technology and innovation, again, we are only speaking by saying women should be involved in technology and inclusion. How many powerful women do you know who are in the forefront of technology? And there's a very nice ad which says, who will you ask for help when you want some knowledge on technology? Not a single person interviewed said, I will ask my mother. Because none of them have mothers who are powerful enough in the world of technology. But providing women with the same choices and chances in science and technology will also help to break this bias. And we know that inclusion can be difficult at most times. Old ideas of what women and girls can or cannot do holds them back. It's also society's expectations that dictate our behavior and dictate our participation. And these are the barriers in the system, like unequal pay, limited access to leadership positions, lack of support for the work-life balance, lack of adequate maternity care, which of course the government has done away with. But even that maternity care in many private sectors comes without pay, which women cannot afford to lose. Sometimes the traditions and norms stop women from doing what they desire. And this is very restrictive cultural norms. Some women face additional hurdles because of race, background, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, disability, even their sexual orientation. How many of us can deal comfortably with a woman who likes a woman, or a woman who says, I don't want children because I don't feel children define me? As a gynecologist, many of us feel, oh, she's a woman, she should get pregnant now. That's not true for many women that I deal with. So I have to also adjust my moral compass and the way I look at women. I have most women who come to me at 35 or 38 saying that now I am ready for a child because I have now achieved what I wanted in my profession. So we have to also deal with all these women. Some women don't want any change. Some women feel that they are better off in their home. That's fine. But if this comes from inequality, it's not fine. She has to be a powerful voice wherever she is. So how can women help to drive inclusion? Obviously, many of these are taken from the International Women's Day leaflets, and they are across the board, but believing in yourself and speaking up is the most important. Building bridges, and that's what we are doing right now, connecting with other women who share similar values, challenging the status quo, breaking the stereotypes and showing world the women's strength and capabilities is key. So often somebody says, oh, wow, you did this. How could you do this? You are a woman. No, I'm a person who has the same drive as any other person. I can lead and mentor others. I can spread the word, and I can address many of these aspects with other women as well. An important person in a woman's life is also, of course, the man. And International Women's Day provides an opportunity to, I guess, celebrate women only so that men can remember that there are women who need to be celebrated. International Women's Day in the West has had many activities like Voices Against Violence for Children and middle year children, and also talking a lot about gender equality, where we have to try to break the barriers at the youngest level. Rather than showing the girl cooking and the boy going out and working, we have to show them as gender neutral. That will foster gender equality. We also have to understand that children and young people should be able to adapt to any role that they have if their environment is supportive. Just before I end, I want to tell you about this Young Professionals Organization. This is a group of the top CEOs in the country and their wives. So I was invited to speak to the wives, and they are all in their late 40s, early 50s. And as one of the things we were talking about, I said, have you made a will? And most of them, and I'm talking about the creme de la creme of society, were clueless. They said, my husband will look after that. I said, what about you? What about your own money? What about your wishes? And they hadn't even thought about this point. Is it because they are still subservient? Is it because they don't have their own money? Is it because they depend only on their husbands? Or they are defined by being their husband's wives? I leave you with that question. Women hold up half the sky. This is an old Chinese proverb. Where are we today if we cannot think for ourselves and take ourselves forward? We should actually start abolishing the word history, because his story is her story too. I thank you all for a patient listening. And though there's a lot more I can talk about, I've tried to balance the positive with the lot of work we still have to do today. Thank you.
Hello, Priya. I've been asked to thank Anita and conclude. Is that right? Is Priya there?
Ma'am, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead.
I've been asked to do that, so I'm just clearing up that question. Thank you, Anita, very much. You have given a very thought-provoking address, many issues which we need to think about. I agree with you. But with this rights comes responsibilities. And I think you must realize that women have to take that responsibility to be given any work that they wish to do or anything like that. And let us be positive. Things are changing very fast, and things are no longer the same as they were in the 20th century, I would say, because I have lived half the time in 20th century and I'm experiencing the changes of 21st century. And let us apply our minds to what Anaita has said, and let us help the women to come up to this level, learn to take responsibilities and play their role as well as the men in all the activities that they wish to do. It is a big task ahead, and thank you so much for bringing up all the points. Thank you.
Ma'am, if I can say one more thing, I think there are no women who shirk from responsibility. Give it to them and you can see where they will go.
I'm glad you have a positive attitude about that, and I hope you are right, and I hope the situation becomes that firm that everyone takes responsibilities. Thank you. Thank you, Manda.
Thank you, Anaita.
Thank you.
Quite of your busy emojis schedule. You could make it. Thank you very much. Next.
Thank you so much, Anaita ma'am, for your kind words. That was very thought-provoking. And thank you, Usha madam, for your comments. We would like to start the next session, and I would like to call upon the chairpersons of the next session. Our first chairperson is Dr. Yamini Alsi. She is a past president of AMWI, past president of NOGS, past president of NARCHI Nagpur. She's a recipient of multiple awards, and she has made huge contributions to our medical field. We welcome you, ma'am. Our next chairperson is Dr. Nalini Kurve. Madam is the second vice president of AMWI India. She was the honorary secretary Association of Medical Women in India. Dr. Amit, can you please reflect Nalini madam's CV? She is an ex-president Association of Medical Women in Nagpur and a practicing OBGYN. She's an active member of many NGOs. Welcome you, ma'am. Our third chairperson is Dr. Geeta Balsarkar. Madam is a professor, unit chief at Wadia Hospital, KEM Hospital, Mumbai. She's the joint secretary of MOGS, editor emeritus of Journal of OBGYN India, past president Association AMWI, and a former president of Mumbai Menopause Society. We welcome you, chairpersons, and we kindly request you to introduce our first speaker. Nalini ma'am, can you please introduce?
Nalini?
Yamini ma'am, please introduce Mandakini. I think we're done with the introduction.
Mandakini Megh, she in fact doesn't need any introduction. She is the head of the whole program, and she's very well, I can say, she's anything you tell her and it is done. So, and she's very active member of our, and as you know, the president of at present National AMWI. I don't need, she was a past president of so many organizations she is at, but she has done the work. She was the dean of Indian College of Medical Sciences, ICOG, and she has done wonderful work during her tenure. And so many, she has got so many awards. I don't know how many to read, but that will be in one lecture separately if I start her doing her, introducing her. So I request, and I just before she starts, you know, this International Women's Day was started in 1912. But our association, AMWI, started in 1907. So we are senior to our English Women's Day. And just I want to say, and it is always in India, it started with a very zeal because we were also discriminated. Ladies were discriminated that they should do only the midwifery and not surgical was not allowed. So let other things is Mandakini is going to tell you. Mandakini, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Emily, for the introduction. And let me share, because we are already late. So, wait a minute. So I think everything has been said. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So everything has been said. I will not repeat, and I must thank each one of you, including our chief guest of honor, and all of you for this wonderful program. It is so useful, and everyone is talking with so much passion. So thank you very much. पुढे जात नाहीये. पुढे गेला
हम्म.
नाही जात नाही आता समथिंग इज रॉंग
Ma'am, just use the arrow keys.
ते एरो की दिसत नाहीये मला now I can see okay so
Yes.
I think
Yes, yes.
I'm going to rush to the presentation because I think we're late by half an hour or more than. But for the attendees, because we have published so much, there are many 300 people outside for the YouTube. So for our other attendees, I must talk about our very, very prestigious organization, that is Association Medical Women of India. So, God found the strong women and they made them the doctors. I just loved it. I said, because all the women who are doctors are extremely strong. Mahatma Gandhi wrote to the Amrit Kaur in October 21st. It is, this is 1935 something. And he said that your dignity and privilege and use of mankind, you would make a world a much better place than now. So now I'm in search of a woman who will realize her mission. That woman, are you going to be the one? And she took up the challenge. And you can see that she must have been motivated by the words of Mahatma Gandhi. And she was the first health minister. And why I'm mentioning her name? Because India was the earliest nation to start the family planning program. And today, whatever health of improvement in the health sector and indicators we are seeing are because of this original program of family planning in 1952 because of the initiation of the this Rajkumari Kaur. Now the second person whom I want to mention here is our Dr. Doshi Bhai, Dada Bhai, and she was the first president of our 1 minute I'm making her. So she was the first president of Association Medical Women of India. She was the first president of FOXI. And most importantly, you can see here the first woman doctor to be admitted in Royal College of Physicians. And she passed from Ghent Medical College. And you can see the only lady among the all the Royal College of Fellows. Then I want to mention these are the few ladies I want to pay my tribute because they made a vast difference in the status of health of women. Sushila Nair also was a lifelong follower of Mahatma Gandhi, and she has established when I went to the Wardha Medical College, Sevagram. That time I came to know about her, achievements in medical education and social reforms, and she also became the health minister in that time. And the two international, that is Elizabeth Blackwell and the Florence Nightingale, two names made, lot of difference in the nursing profession and the medical profession apart from our Indian medical women. So 8th March, we are celebrating Inspire Inclusion has been talked in detail. Equal access to the opportunity, representation, participation in decision making, and celebrating diversity. Now you can see the team here, and I think most of our vice president, everyone is present for this occasion. And I was very privileged to have the change of guard from Dr. Yamini Arshi on the 15th December, and this is my team. I'm extremely honored to be the 24th president of the Association of Medical Women of India. And the first 5 presidents, you can see they were British because that time there were no Indian doctors to head it. But later on, Dr. Dadabhai Dosibai, she headed the organization for 37 to 47, that is 10 years. You can see the Dr. Annie Benson, who was the first president of AMWI, and Dr. Pichi, who became the superintendent of Kama Hospital. We have our advisors, very fortunate to have Dr. Usha Saria today, Dr. Vandana Bhavekar, Dr. Yamini Arshi, and we have timely advice from them. Association was established in 1907, Yamini has already said, and this triennium, we had a message from our Dr. Elina, and this triennium, this is the managing committee, executive committee. 1985, the Frin Fund was formed, and I'm very, very passionate about the women's hospital because it was Lady Harding Hospital, Akola, Dufferin Hospital, Amravati, Kama and Elbless Hospital, and Daga Hospital, Nagpur. I worked in each and every women hospital, and I can really feel very, very happy when the Dufferin Fund was created and Lady Harding Hospital and the medical college in Delhi was established by our association. The first few women doctors were very brave. They were dynamic ladies. They have shown tremendous determination and resilience. And that time there was a lot of social customs, etc. And they had to fight, they had to sacrifice their life and personal life. And many women doctors devoted fully with the responsibility and the care. You can see Queen Victoria has made a lot of difference because she sent doctors, women doctors, to set up the Kama Hospital. So Sibai already said, and Dr. Girard, the president of MWI 1948 to 57, and this Queen Victoria sent women doctors to establish the Kama Hospital in 1886. So these are the, I have already said about Dr. N.V. Benson. Association has got the 3 branches. Main branches are Mumbai, West Bengal, Kolkata, Nagpur, and now in this revitalization program and the AMWI Connect, we are having these chapters Nasik, Kolhapur, Sholapur, Ujjain, Gwalior, Gurgaon, Paratwada, and a few more are going to come. And they are doing excellent work since the time of their inception. Now our these chapters are there. These are the few of the pictures of recently, I think 1.5 months old, but they are doing excellent work. This is Paratwada work. Then we have Gwalior chapter sending the, a lot of programs, social program. Ujjain, they did a camp of 400 ophthalmology cases in the Gardi Medical College. And the achievements of the AMWI is 1916, the Lady Harding Medical College was founded by AMWI. It was staffed entirely by women, having women students only. There you can see the beautiful picture of the Lady Harding Hospital at that time. And Queen Victoria, who has started 1886, the Kama Hospital. I just love this building because it is very close to my heart. The association took up the work of maternal child welfare in 1929. And notable work was done in the social hygiene. That time there were, this outbreak of the major diseases and war and the family planning, venereal diseases, they were common. During the Diamond Jubilee, this celebration, we have started this cancer which Dr. Saraya Madam is now heading, is a cancer detection center at Kama Hospital in 1968. And since the time she is working continuously for the training the doctors and government doctors and technicians, and hundreds have been trained by her and her team. In Kolkata, 1970 donation of NRI member and the Mission Hospital was started. So this was a landmark time at the Diamond Jubilee. This is and the AMWI was the first medical association of women to be formed in India and also in the world. It's a great pride for us. Now, Dr. Girard was the woman to qualify from the London MD Obstetrics, and Rukmabai was the first Indian woman to go to England for the medical degree and sponsored by well-known Professor Max Muller. And there are many, Gulbai Doctor, Rawabai Mehta, and so many. Dr. Dosibai was the first to bring the radium to the Bombay. So we have, we very fondly do the Girard oration at the international level. And, we remember Girard Library is there. And this is me and Dr. Saraya Madam in our Kama Hospital, where I was the superintendent also. And we have this Girard oration. And this is a very beautiful historical photograph I found out when we were preparing for the centenary celebration. I was deputy director at that time, and you can see each and every one of us, including few of them departed like Dinu Dalal. And, you can see this picture. And then we celebrated the centenary 100 years of AMWI in a very, very glorious manner, magnificent manner at the Raj Bhavan under the Honorable S.M. Krishna. You can see here Health Minister Mundala, Annadani Madam, Saraya Madam, all can be seen. It was a wonderful program and appreciated by each and every person. Aim and objective are to promote the fellowship among the members and further interest of the women, promote the research, and AMWA is deep into promoting the education and healthcare. Now, my motto in the present condition is equip, educate, and empower, which we are doing with so many CME, and program, training programs, and also the motto reform, rejuvenate, revitalize. So we have started expanding our base and started going to the peripheries, to the B grade cities, C grade cities, and also to the metropolis. What are the contributions of AMWA? AMWA did the active research in improvement of women's health. It attempted causes of death during pregnancy and childbirth, and reviewed the maternity services in India. Then what AMWA has achieved, that AMWA members motivated Lady Dufferin for establishment of many maternity hospitals. This was the single most important achievement of the AMWA. And Kolkata Cytology Clinic, already I said. And now coming to the Medical Women International, I'll just go very quickly. We are affiliated to WHO, UNICEF, World Medical Assembly. And I was privileged to be installed in New York, where all the team who are present here, most of them were there at the time of my installation as an international vice president of Central Asia. This was the executive body. And these are the few of the very memorable picture with Dr. Usha Saraiya Madam, Nalini Kurve. You can see here Padmini Murthy, so many Bhaktawar, Nidhi Shah, everyone is here. And this is a very prestigious oration which we give to the international speaker of very high, achievements in the women's health. And this was in the Taiwan we have given this. These are the few of the. And every 3 years we have this CARC conference. We are now having at Bangkok, and I think 13 to 14 our AMWA group is going and presenting also the paper. And this is a very favorite photographs of mine that we are already in the New York, the celebration of India Day. 1 minute. 1 minute. Battery is going to. Just a minute. Then we have WHO assemblies attended by myself, Usha Saraiya, everybody. And this is a Taiwan conference. We delivered lecture. I think Dr. Usha Saraiya Madam is the chair of SIG group. I am also the member of Violence Against Women. And we are doing, a lot of work internationally. And I must tell all my AMWA people that we are almost on the #1 position as far as the sending the report, expanding the activities, social work, and doing cancer prevention. So many things are being done at AMWA level. And that is how my vision is for the future. I have to increase the member across the country. Today also we have almost 30-40 members increase. I request each and every one of you to become a member. Increase the branches, open the chapters, and collaborate conferences and awareness program for the cervical cancer, CSR activity, collaboration with the government. We already have many government projects in the pipe, FOXY, AMOX, AFG, etc. Hold certificate courses, start educational activities, initiate young, already we have initiated, and the committees. So these are the very, very important things which we are going to do. And other certificate courses will be from the next month, Violence Against Women, and 2-3 courses we are already starting. So with this, I think this is the history of our AMWA past, present, and future. And future is very, very bright. We are going to have all the past glory, and we will be very, very happy to have our AMWA seen everywhere. The success of every woman should be the inspiration to another. We should raise each other up, and one woman can make a difference, but together we can rock the world. So thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you. Thank you.
Very well explained, Mandakini, about our own association, which is now 117 years old. Though association is old, but we are not old. we are still working for the association, and I must congratulate you. Thank you. And
Next, बोलो.
I'm sure
I'm
listening to your lecture, all more members will join us for this session. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Megh, hearty congratulations for such a wonderful lecture. I'm Dr. Mrudula Phadke. I like your sentence, together we can rock the world. So I congratulate all of you for this great opportunity that you have given to all the medical doctors. And I'm sure they're all attending it in great numbers. Hearty congratulations.
Thank
Your
you,
whole-
Dr. Mridula. I think a person like you who have been, in administration, you were on the top, having all the DMER, Dean, DMER, and the Vice Chancellor. I'm extremely thankful to you. Today, I got all the Navaratnas coming to our. Thank you very much for joining.
Saraya Madam has taught
Yes.
me.
Yes,
Saraya
yes.
Madam, my greatest regards and respect to you.
Yeah, I'm happy to meet you.
Next, please. Now we are getting late.
Yes, I would like to request chairpersons to please introduce our next speaker, Dr. Geeta Valsarkar. Madam, can you please introduce to
I think she can skip that.
Really, it is really a great opportunity for me to introduce Dr. Usha Saraiya, who is my mentor and is my guru in the true sense. She is the AMWI past president from 2009 to 2011. She is the MWI Golden Jubilee member of 2020. President for Central Asia 2013 to 16, elevated to honorary membership in 2019. In fact, she is the first Indian to get that honor, and we are really proud of her. She is a committee chairperson from 2000 to 2022 and is a chairperson of special interest group. She is the one who has started, nurtured, and is continuing the cytology clinic in Kama Hospital right from 1970 till date, and she has developed it to an internationally recognized center. She has got a lot of national and international awards. She has done a lot of work in the cytology field of cytology, vaccination and cancer cervix prevention. That's a favorite topic. And she has held a lot of positions at Mumbai Obstetric Gynec Society, FOXY, and others. Thank you, Saraiya Madam, for being here today, and we would like to hear you.
Thank you very much, Geeta. That was very kind of you to say all those generous words. And since we are behind schedule, I think I'd like to go straight to the topic given to me. And that's thank you, Manda, for giving me this very nice topic of global perspective of status of women, about which I have learned a lot because of my association with MWIA, the international body. And first, I want to start by saying that I'm very happy and confident of the status of women in urban areas, the educated women, the professional women, and the young generation. And there is one sector of our women, like the women you can see in this slide, who are the village women and who've not had the benefit of education, and we are worried about their status in life. So I begin with United Nations, which was formed post Second World War, as you know, a very powerful body, and they have set up a commission on status of women going back to 1947. And they have an annual conference in United Nations headquarters in New York. Can you see the picture? Next one. Doesn't matter. And before that. Yeah, this is the building. Can you see that? And this conference is held in this beautiful building in New York. It's a pleasure to be there. And I was so fortunate to go there 3 times during my tenures in the last 10 years. And they have got all these problems on their board, you can say, and we get the world perspective and much has changed since this body started. They're deeply involved in culture, social pattern, religious belief, educational and economic status. You cannot separate health from these factors. This is a very important lesson that we all have to learn. So that is why it has become a little bit of non-issue. It was difficult to solve all these issues. And though the issues were raised in 20th century, today gender equality has become a right. So today in the 21st century, attitudes have changed and said we have to overcome all those earlier thoughts and we have to worry about the status of women. And MWIA is an NGO partner in this conference and it sends a delegation of 20 members. There are no registration fees, but you have to go on your own. You can attend all sessions. It's a wonderful exposure to the whole global issues. And there is one planned NGO session where MWIA members also participate. And I had the opportunity to give presentations at United Nations because of my connection with MWI and my connection with MWIA. So I want to tell all of you that it is very important. And this is some of the pictures of this. You can see on this right-hand side, Yamini Alsi, Manda and myself having a lunch with the MWIA delegates. It's a real privilege to be there in that United Nations building. And on the other side, there's a famous statue of a gun with a ribbon at the end, you know, which is their motto of stop violence and stop using guns. And this is Radhika Joshi with me at that statue. And here there is Manda with Padmini Murthy and Keswani. They are two ladies of Indian origin and who are very active at United Nations, and we have become really close friends over the years. So a lot of issues are there. The United Nations report of July 23, that is last year. This year's meeting is starting on the 15th and I'm attending now online. But the last year's, can you see this motto? And they have progressed so far that you can see the type of ladies, their global picture of women, and they want to concentrated last year on innovation, technological change, education in the digital age. So you see, it's not how to read and write or anything. They've come up to bring the women to the digital age. That is what they're working on. And they have given 2 new indices for assessing women's development. WEI is Women's Empowerment Index, and GGPI is Global Gender Parity Index. And they've got analysis of 114 countries. They have worked at it. And women, they have, at the end of it, they have said women's power of freedom to make choices remains largely restricted everywhere, even in developed countries. So this power to make your own choice is still something which is eluding many women, but the women have come up in a very big way to take on responsibilities. As I told you, you have to learn to take responsibilities. Now, one factor which I want to make it very prominent for all of you to realize, because you are healthcare workers, women are not only consumers of healthcare. We are not saying that please look after our health, please do something for women's health. No, they are major providers of healthcare. All field healthcare workers are women. Nurses form the largest contribution. Medical social workers are women. And women doctors in some countries today are more than 50% are women. So you can see here a young doctor examining a patient. Now, this interaction between a doctor and the patient has to be with the idea of helping that woman to come up in her status. You are the right person. And this is what we are also teaching the nurses in our Kama hospital. We are doing fantastic training of nurses in social work like this to teach the patients about how to look after their health, how to go for screening, how to take vaccination. So strong workforce we have to extend healthcare from female healthcare workers to the female population. So there is tremendous improvement in women's lives in India. Believe me, age at marriage was made into 18 years, right? And it enabled the education. Girl can't get married, so she's got a better chance of being in school. School education is free. I think Dr. Darad, they also told us that. And there is security problem and there is time problem for girls. The girls still have to do some household work before they can go to school. And so bicycles are given to school by so many Rotary clubs and Lions Club and NGOs. Free meal is given at lunchtime and they have access to sports. But please note that it was bold pictures in the papers that 30% of medals at Asian Games were won by girls. So just imagine how much they have progressed. They get an inheritance from father. This is also very important for the girls also to know and for the world to know that they are not left on the streets with nothing. There is some inheritance coming to them. So we must identify these literate, young, bright members from the family. I know that you have a lot of patients who can't understand or can't take responsibilities, but in that family, you'll find one member who's been to school, done something, and then you can do liaison with them. And we have now modern technology. Everyone has a mobile phone, a SMS, WhatsApp. It's so easy to contact people. Even the bhajiwalis have a mobile phone and you can call, send them a message that you are due for checkup or something. So here I'm showing you the old generation of women and I'm showing you the new family of 21st century. Everyone wants to go digital. Everyone wants to learn. And this young girl will learn faster than her parents about how to use the laptop. So please note that things are changing very fast. Now, Dr. Darade also talked to you about Human Development Index. That is very relevant to health. Unless your Human Development Index improves, your population's health is not going to improve. So how do you calculate that? Life expectancy at birth is important. Average educational level. You know, you must have a long and healthy life, you must be knowledgeable, and you must have a decent standard of living. That's what each individual born today should expect from them. And I've shown here the number of countries which have a highest rank in HDI. They are European countries, Switzerland, Europe. Hong Kong is one of the best ones from our side of the world. United States, UK, we all expect that. And where are we in India? We are way down at 132 level. But it is going to change. It is changing very fast and we will come up if all of you work towards that we educate our people to have these aims in mind. So I want to end by quoting Amartya Sen, Nobel Prize winner in economics, one of the finest brains of India, one of the finest persons who cares for India and Indian people. And he has said economic growth without investment in human development is unsustainable and unethical. Remember the word unethical. You cannot do this, that you neglect human development and the healthcare. So he says, invest in healthcare, especially for the youth. Healthy mothers will give healthy babies, will give a healthy nation. That all of us are being taught and all of us know, but we must believe in it because it is very important for us to think of the next generation. And AMWI has a wonderful century. AMWI is in the second century, in the 21st century of the world. And I expect all of you to go through historic changes. And one of the historic changes that you people, the young people, are going to see is elimination of cervical cancer. And I really hope that all of you participate actively in the healthcare programs of our the people of India, and let 50% of healthcare people are females and let them play their important role. Thank you so much, Manda, for giving me this topic. Very topic close to my heart.
Chairpersons. Chairpersons kutte. Thank you, madam.
By Dr. Saraya is of the department. So whosoever comes never forgets Dr. Saraya. Thank you.
Saraya madam, thank you very much for that wonderful insight and giving us, refreshing that human index and, fondly remembering the days where we were going for the, for the United Nations meeting. We went twice, I think.
Yeah.
One was in the 19th and before that 2016, we went to the United Nations office. And I think with you, I have learned a lot. There was a lot of international exposure and you taught me actually how to be presenting in the international scenario. So thank you very much for mentoring and hand-holding all our members and especially me. Thank you very much, madam. कुठे गेली आपली कंड Sipra, where are you?
Priya was to take over, no?
Kude. I think now let us now go to the Amit. Nidhi. I will introduce Nidhi. Chala, I will introduce. So now next chairperson is Dr. Nidhi Shah for the last session. She is a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist at Jaslock Hospital and Vora Maternity, director of Women's Care Clinic, Hughes Road. She is a visiting, very important is visiting colposcopist at our AMWI Cytology Clinic, working with madam, treasurer of AMWI, active member of all the organizations. And she is doing a master training program. She's a master trainer for HPV, program, and I also attended her program. Excellent training she's doing, and she is a recipient of the Golden Jubilee Award. Next, please display the biodata. Reena. Our next chairperson is Dr. Reena. Dr. Reena, everybody knows her, and she is a professor and a head of the department of OBGY at HBT Medical College, Cooper Hospital, president of Mumbai Breastfeeding Promotion Committee, Program Committee Chair of AMC, POXI GCPR for COVID guidance, Core Committee of POXI Violence Against Women, and Chairperson of POXI Perinatology Committee. And we were, she has, penned the books as a co-editor with me, and we have, received many awards for the good publications of POXI, DK Datta publications. She has won 2 gold medal, 5 distinction, 28 prizes, and list is endless. So I invite Dr. Reena to please introduce Dr. Bhaktawar and ask her to proceed with the lecture.
Thank you, madam. And it's a pleasure and privilege to be chairperson for this wonderful program. And Nidhi is going to join us a little later. She's stuck in an emergency. So it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Bhaktawar Soli Wajifdar, MSc, PhD in Applied Biology. We all know her as the very active president of AMWI Mumbai branch from 2022 to 2025. Before that, she was the vice president from 2019 to 2022, secretary and treasurer. She's the treasurer of the Cytology Clinic at Kama Hospital, life member of many organizations, director of the Jamshed Memorial Andrology and Infertility Center, head of the department of Bombay Hospital Infertility Department, had been awarded the WHO Fellowship in PhD research work at Bradford University in the UK, Bidla Mathushri Award from Bombay Hospital, and has worked as a research fellow in the Cytology Clinic and a research scientist at ICMR. She has also presented and published many research papers, and we look forward to hearing from Dr. Bhaktawar. Over to you. And after the wonderful sessions with stalwarts, I'm sure we're going to have other good messages from you. So we are looking forward to hearing you, Dr. Bhaktu. And she's also a wonderful, loving grandmother and mother, which is not there on the CV. So Dr. Bhaktawar, over to you as a woman of substance.
Thank you, Dr. Bhavani, for your kind introduction. May I have the slide, please? Dr. Amit? Dr. Amit?
Amit was to display?
Yes, ma'am. Just give me 5 seconds. Yes.
Okay, in the meantime, I'll start. I'll just say that today's International Women's Day for 2024 is a theme of Inspire Inclusion. and invest in women, which already very elaborately Dr. Anahita has spoken and explained us how the women has to be respected and valued, and they should be participated in full in all aspects of life. Besides, if you notice today, all my slides are background as purple, green, and white, because the color of International Women's Day of 2024 is purple, green, and white. The purple represents justice, dignity, and brings loyal to whatever the cause the women takes up, they are loyal to that particular cause. Green represents hope, and other side, white is, of course, purity. May I have the next slide, please? Next. Now, the Women's Day started, how it started from 1900 onwards. Great expansion and turbulation in the industrial world started, and there was a booming population, rise of radical ideologies. We can see over here the picture. The picture is there showing fearless women protesting for certain rights. Next slide, please. Next. In 1908, great unrest and critical debate started among the women. Women became more vocal than before. They became more active, started campaigning to bring change. 15,000 women marched to New York City. Earlier, women had to work for long hours with poor pay scale. So they demanded shorter hours, better pay scale, and voting rights. Next, please. In 1909, Socialist Party of America declared on 28 February, the first National Women's Day was celebrated. Till 1913, they continued to celebrate this day on the last Sunday of February. Next slide, please. And second, International Conference of Working Women was held in Copenhagen. Now, this particular picture, which is shown over here, is of Clara Zetkin lady. She hails from Germany. She proposed that every year in every country, Women's Day has to be celebrated. Conference over 100 women from 17 countries greeted Clara's suggestion, and International Women's Day was started. Next slide, please. In 1911, International Women's Day was honored in countries like Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland. More than 1 million women and men participated. Even men also participated. They also came to know the importance of women then, and they also participated to help them to campaign against women's right to vote and to hold public offices. Next. From 1913 to 1999, it was during the era of First World War, Campaign for Peace started. Russian women celebrated their first International Women's Day on the last Sunday of February 1913. Later on, International Women's Day was transferred from March to March, and it remained globally ever since that time, that is on 8 March. Since its birth, International Women's Day showed rise in developed and developing countries. In 1975, that particular year was designated as International Women's Day by the NGOs like United Nations, Women's Organization, and government throughout the whole world. Next slide, please. Now, year 2000 onwards, 8 March, International Women's Day was declared as an official day in many countries. The millennium year was witnessed a significant change in both women and society's thoughts about women's equality. The gender equality started. Jobs which were only confined to men, like higher jobs like pilots and engineers, or the higher positions in the countries like presidents and prime ministers, also women started occupying that particular position. with more women in the boardroom and greater quality in legislative rights also started. Next slide, please. Next, inspiration to women and their achievements. Let's see. Next slide. These are the various women. I have the pictures over here of various international and national also. And here I've shown Dr. Saraya over here as a figure of not only she's a national figure, she's an international figure. Everyone knows internationally. And she is one of the person who inspires everyone. And many of the people who must be on the delegates just today must be inspired by Dr. Saraya to move forward and achieve their goal. I'm also inspired by her, and I really admire her. Next slide, please. These are some of her Mother Teresa is there, then Indira Gandhi ji is there, and some of the people are there. I would like to quote Reeds. Today morning only I came across this particular lines, the quote. It is very beautiful. To every beautiful woman. It is a fantastic line by Mother Teresa. If your eyes are positive, you will love the world. But if your tongue is positive, the world will love you.
Yes.
A woman's love is in action. She looks with her heart and feels with her eyes. A woman is a bank where his family deposits all anger, worries, and hurt. A woman is the cement that keeps a family together, and her love is always till her lifetime. Next slide, please. So to conclude, so make a difference, think globally, and act locally. Every day is an International Women's Day. As again, I emphasize over here that even Dr. Anita also said, why we have to celebrate only on 8th March as an International Women's Day? Let every day be a Women's Day. And women should be honored, valued, respected by each and every one, and not to look down upon them. Do your bit to ensure that the future for girls is bright, equal, safe, and rewarding. Next slide, please. Happy Women's Day to everyone. A big thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Sorry for my previous absence. I would like to call upon Dr. Mandakini Megh to start to conduct the felicitation program, please.
Chairperson's remark. Chairperson.
Yeah, we'd like to thank Dr. Bhaktawar for this wonderful talk. And Dr. Nidhi has also joined us. Nidhi, you can, yeah.
Yeah, it was very short, very crisp, and it was very well spoken. Especially what Mother Teresa said is so true and fantastic. And yes, every day is Women's Day, just not 8th March. So we should be making a change every day. I thank Dr. Megh. I think even Dr. Reena Vani from both our side, we thank Dr. Megh for giving us this opportunity and letting us witness this entire event for today. And yeah, happy Women's Day to all.
Yeah.
I would like to thank Dr. Mandakini Megh for giving me this opportunity to share this, to present my paper. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. And it was, I think, one of the very, very wonderful, because each and every topic and the speaker were excellent. All the topics we all could, correlate with us, including income tax and, Anita's and everybody's lecture. And thank you very much for full-hearted support for this program. Now, our last but very, very important program remains, and that we are immediately going to start because we are already late by 1 hour. So we all spoken about the International Women's Day, and what better way to, give tribute and award to the people who have done excellent work in AMWI, in healthcare, and also, overall, they are working towards the women's health. So I immediately start with the felicitation program. There are different categories, and today we are just reading the names and the highlights of the program. But later on, when we are having the physical program, we will be giving the, the certificates of awards and the medal, which will be given to the awardees. So first name, the category legends category, and you can very well guess who is the legend in AMWI. Correct?
Dr. Saraiya.
I was almost saying that. So, madam, thank you very much for your, rocking support to all of us, mentoring. Whenever there is anything, just we look at Dr. Saraiya. I think there should be a person in each and every organization who is like a rock, always there to support, knowledgeable, and ready to help. So, with this, I think I will just read that Dr. Usha Saraiya, madam, has been conferred. Has been conferred with the exemplary, outstanding, selfless services in the field of women's health, and as a AMWI member, and also the MWI. So, madam, it is our request to please accept our small token of appreciation from the AMWI, and this certificate is a beautiful certificate which will be given to you with the medal in the physical program. So, madam,
thank you, Manda, and thank you to all of you for this very kind gesture. And I'm sure all of you have the potential to be a legend also. And I'm sure all of you will achieve a lot for this organization. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Now we come to the, the pillars of Association Medical Women of India. That is, we have past presidents. Because with each office bearer, the association goes up and up. Every president has got their inputs. Every president, give a lot of, different dimensions to the organization. That is how we have come so far. So the first, the past president, Dr. Vandana Walvekar, madam. Dr. Vandana Walvekar was a president of our association. I always used to joke about her that madam has become a AMWI president. I have become a AMWI president. She was IHMB president. Then I became IHMB president. And she became the dean of Indian College of Ultrasound. I said, madam, I'm just following you. So thank you, madam, for all the direction, help, and also doing great work in your time as a president of AMWI. And this certificate and the medal will be awarded to you at the physical meeting. Next. Then comes our very, very popular Dr. Yamini Arshi. Yamini and I faced the COVID times when everything was online. Hai na, Yamini? I was ICOG chairperson. You were the, medical, this our AMWI president. But I think you have done excellent work as far as the bringing out the very innovative approach. What was the name of that program? Which was Unsung Heroes. And she brought out so many women doctors who worked relentlessly in the rural areas, done a lot of VVF cases, which we have not seen also. And such a selfless services in the remote areas. She brought everyone on the board. And we are very thankful to you for, giving us that, insight of the women who are working in the rural and other areas and not being recognized. So thank you very much. You have done an excellent job, and I have taken from you, and I will try to meet the expectation of the organization. Thank you very much. Now the last is Dr. Arti Basu. Is Dr. Arti Basu there? So Dr. Arti Basu was also there. She had gone to Vienna. She was very active with the organization in her time. There were CARC meetings, and Kolkata was, a lot of activities. I can say Bulbul Didi here. A lot of activities were done at that time, and Dr. Bulbul Didi must be secretary that time. So congratulations to Dr. Arti Basu. Now we have the category of founder members. I am really privileged to call upon Dr. Manorama Purwar. CV madam. Dr. Manorama Purwar was the founder president of the Nagpur branch of AMWI, and it is not easy to form the branch and make them flourish like this it is today. So Manorama, thank you, because making a branch and registration of charity commissioner is such a great trouble or headache. So nowadays people are not very coming forward to form the branch, but they want to form a chapter. So
Manda, can you show us the photo? She was here just now.
She's here only.
She's here. So can we see her photo? Because everyone should know this is the person. She's been with us. Is she there? Where is she?
Manorama,
yes.
Manorama is very
Congratulations to Manorama. Yes, I think that's important that she's getting out there. We should see her. I think even Yamini we did not show, so maybe you can show
Yamini, you can show your hand either.
Where is Yamini? Yamini,
I am here, madam.
madam.
I am here.
Put on your
Thank
video.
you very much
Where are
for
you?
appreciating my work.
No, but
During my period was
nice.
COVID.
Madam, what happens is, Yamini, because each and every, when I wanted to write a biodata, there was so much to, contributed so much, all of you. That is how the MWA is, growing so fast and doing so well.
Of an entire city, when you're involved in scientific committee, and then you become an organizing secretary. So all this organization, you're also doing your regular hospital work, plus you're contributing to your family functions, you're looking after your parents.
Madam, okay, where is, I don't know. Anyway, so Manorama, thank you very much, because I know a parallel case in Aurangabad. They tried to make this branch, but they couldn't succeed because there were many hurdles at the charity commissioner. You succeeded in your branch is one of the beautiful, full of members. I think 400 members are there, and I think it has become a Vatavraksha which you have sowed the seeds of the Nagpur branch. So thank you very much, and be always there. Don't get away from us. We really want you in our, all the programs. Manorama, and do you want to say something? Just a line, please. Mute, unmute kara. Unmute.
I think that really one of the largest and the youngest branch of this AMWI. And I'm very, very happy with the aim what I started this branch. And now it is really flourishing. And we do have almost all the members who are from the different discipline. That is from psychiatrists to gynecologists. It's nothing like we are dominated with the gynecologists. And every member is contributing something to have the upliftment of our branch. And I think everybody must be remembering the conference which I hosted, that is as a chairperson of this AMWI Nagpur branch. And we had a really, really great time. And we are doing a lot of scientific program also, along with that social activities also. Thank you, Manda, for remembering me.
So thank you very much. Now, this is the certificate, beautiful certificate which we made and will be provided. Now, we have the extraordinary work done by our, now that they are newly becoming the members, but in the health of the women's work, our Dr. Leela Joshi, we really feel very, very privileged to actually honor, because she already was awarded Padma Shri for her relentless work in the MP. You must know what she has done, holding hundreds of camps, doing such a great work in the field of the women's health. So this goes to Dr. Padma Shri, Dr. Leela Joshi. Madam, are you there? Madam Leela Joshi, are you there? Ahet ka? Madam Ahet? Nahi hai. Leela Joshi madam is not there. Yeah. Now, Padma Shri. Now we have the very privileged, category, that is women in administration. So we have women in administration. We just heard Dr. Mridula Phadke And when I thought of women in administration, she has done, Jara, please show the biodata. She has done excellent work. I had the privilege when I was a joint director, deputy director. Simultaneously, she was the director of medical education. First, she was the dean. After that, she became the director of medical education and then the vice chancellor. And I still remember so many common meetings we used to have. We had the foreign training in that time for our cadre of doctors, government doctors, and did lot of work, World Bank. Then we had this MHSDP, this is Maharashtra Health System Development Project, under which we have upgraded many 130 hospitals, and it was a mammoth work done with her. So, Madam Mridula Phadke, it's an honor for us. Are you there? Dr. Mridula Phadke? Ayat ka? Distayat ka? Anyway, so it is really an honor, and I had the privilege of working with her simultaneously. Then we have one of the person who is newly becoming the member, but she has done excellent work in the tribal area. Many of you do not know, but she is Dr. Sunita Golait. She is at present holding the Joint Director of Health Services post. And when I phoned her, she was already in the tribal area of Dhulia. You may not be knowing her. And she was to join, but she was given a task of tribal area. So, Dr. Sunita Golait, and we will, be felicitating her with a certificate and a small medal. She is becoming the member. Just now, she is not the member, but she has done in a very, extensive manner in the tribal area. Now the category is in the genetics. Our dear Usha Dave, whom I know since last 40 years, and she was the member of the PCPNDT as a geneticist. She remained there for 30 years and done a lot of work with me when I was in Mantralaya. And I remember 32 years back when I used to go and examine the genetic center. There were 26 genetic centers. I was the inspecting their center, and she was doing that. Creamy was there, mentally retarded children. She has done excellent work in that area, and I was very, impressed with that work. And I took her in my committee as a participant. So, Usha, congratulations, and you have done excellent work in the area of disabilities and, mental disorders and disabilities. I think you are continuing with the work, and you are the president of COMAD, that is a Commonwealth Association for the Health and Disability. So congratulations, and please accept our this. Will you like to say something?
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you. A line can I say here?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you, madam. It's nice to be here among the stalwarts of, all women over here whom I was hearing all the time, Dr. Usha Saraiya, other Padma Shri madam, etc. I'm in the field of genetic screening at the community level and trying to just educate and impart, at the training level. And Madam Saraiya, you will be happy to know that I have just working on the PG research project because I'm a PhD guide to find out the cervical marker in non-invasive way using biomarker as a new technology, mass spectrometry.
Yes.
I hope it goes well with your blessings. Thank you so much.
It will. Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to inform
all the
the
best,
house.
and we must hear more about your project. Yes, sure.
Thank you.
I want to inform you that COMAD has, applied to the Kama Hospital for doing the genetic camp.
Yes,
that will be good.
We couldn't do that time because there was a strike, but we want to conduct genetic pre-testing and the this genetic code for our ANC mothers. So we will be doing it very recent, in the near future.
Thank you.
Now, please. Now we come to the dental. This is the Dental Association, Dr. Archana Pawar. Many of you do not know her, but she is in the Civil Hospital Thane and doing excellent work in the area. She is holding just now 3 days before. She has held the camp of 1 lakh, patients with the Shashan Tumcha Dari, and her name was recommended by, many people that she being the dental person, but still she is doing a lot of work. Just now I don't have the pictures of her, because I couldn't get it. But the bio data was very impressive, and it is coming from the health department. So congratulations, Dr. Archana Pawar, for your selfless services in the field of women's health, dental and oral health. Now we have Dr. Nursing. I think last time also when we were done the program in the Bhavan, that time we felicitated the nurses. And among those nurses, one name is continuously there. That is Dr. Chayala. I think Saraya Madam and I met her in the DMR office. She is doing excellent work. I tried to contact her, but she wasn't contacted. But she will be given this award. And she is now the Registrar of Nursing Council. And I think she is doing one of the best services in the providing the nurses, making the new colleges, GNM colleges, and she is the backbone of the nursing. So we give this award to Dr. Chayala. She was matron at Kama Hospital also. I think many of you will remember. Now we're coming to the teaching. Teaching cadre has got two excellent teachers. One with whom we have already worked is a Kamal Deshmukh. I tried to contact her in Nagpur, but she was sick. She accepted the award, but she said she won't be able to make it. But Madam, thank you very much coming from the Vidarbha, heading the JJ Hospital, and so many students you have taught, and you are one of the most popular teachers. Still, many people go to her house. I have seen CN Purandare, Madhuri Patel. We all of us go to her house in Nagpur, and she treats us with a lot of love and affection. So congratulations. My second name comes to me is a Dr. Pushpa Dungare. Dr. Pushpa Somonchi.
He was here.
When I was at Dufferin Hospital, I was fondly telling that I was superintendent of Dufferin Hospital. That time she has joined. It was, I think, 1988. And doing now excellent work silently. Very silently, but very efficiently. Photo madam nahi milale आता मला घाई घाईत तयार करा. So I think she will be. Yeah. नाही नंतर आपण ते एक पिक्चर काढू तेव्हा तुम्ही please identify yourself. So Pushpa, keep that.
She is there. Pushpa
आहे इकडे.
I'm there. Thank you very much, ma'am.
So please keep that good work and bring the Amravati region to the forefront of academics and the mix of the doing. Amravati branch is doing excellent work. And I am very fortunate to be there sometime in Amravati. Now the youth and innovation. This category I formed because our Anupama Bhute, who is also related to Dr. Sindhu Bhute's daughter, and she's a niece of Dr. Kamal Deshmukh. I think Saraya Madam, everybody will know.
We know her.
That she has invented that colposcope, and it was original. Now it is patented. And she has been invited everywhere, and it is quite, pocket friendly and can be taken in the field. So Anupama, congratulations for that exemplary, services to the women's health and having this innovative instrument as far as the cancer, prevention of cancer service is concerned. Now we come to the research and scientific. I am extremely happy that Saraya Madam has given me this particular cadre which I was missing. And I have a very senior person, Dr. Ramani Devi, because when I was ICUG chair, she was doing that work, and every time the endometriosis comes, the name of Dr. Ramani Devi was there. So I have contacted her. I don't know whether Dr. Ramani Devi has joined or not. But the senior category award goes to Dr. Ramani Devi, endometriosis.
I am very well here, madam.
Okay, Ramani Devi, then I will wait to hear you. Can you just stop sharing, Amit?
Yes,
stop
ma'am.
sharing for a minute so that we can see each other.
Yes.
Identify.
We can see Ramani Devi.
Wave the hand. Wave the
Ramani.
hand.
I'm very happy to see you.
Yeah.
And all the best. Work is tremendous in endometriosis. We all refer to your articles.
Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
I remember her because we have done extensive work in the ICOG endometriosis certificate courses and this and that. And I was extremely, impressed. Why you change your name Geeta Balsarkar? Why you are Geeta Balsarkar now?
I know on that if she's there.
नाही ते अमितने केलं असेल
Ah.
So,
Yeah, thank you.
Ramani, we would like
Yeah,
to.
Geeta Balsarkar is somebody, 2, 3 names, 3 names are there. 4.
Yeah. 3 names are there. Yeah.
Geeta Balsarkar is cloning herself. Ramani Devi, please say a few words about this award, and then you are going to have a branch and this chapter in the Trichy. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Mandakini Meg and Usha Saraya Madam for having selected me for this award. And I am very happy to share that I have done some amount of work in endometriosis. My interest is in doing something for a non-invasive diagnosis of endometriosis, because we know it is very common starting right from adolescent age. It goes up to menopause, or even it continues beyond menopause. So at an early stage, the adolescent girl may not have any positive finding in the imaging system. So I thought, why don't we do something for patients, for girls, young girls presenting with features of signs and symptoms of endometriosis.
Thank you.
Then we
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm extremely happy that we have 2 ICMR persons, and I think Dr. Saraya Madam has given their biodata. I'm extremely happy to honor them and award them this this in the category of the research and scientific section. So, Dr. Ragini Kulkarni, can you identify yourself? Ragini?
Yes, she is here.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We were in that Tata Hospital that day for our program, and ICMR, I think ICMR, we were there. And thank you for all the work. And then we will request you as a national president to be associated and do some activities of the AMWI also for us. So that will be very nice of you. So congratulations.
Yeah, you know, she has done exemplary work in the maternal mortality. She studied the near miss cases, you know, and that was fantastic. And one day we must have a lecture by her on this and how the near miss cases we have to watch out for. Yeah, thank
you, madam.
We do continue your work, and she works in Danu in the primary health center.
Thank you, Mandakini Madam and Dr. Usha Saraya. Just to add, as Madam said, I am working as nodal officer in the Model Rural Health Research Unit in the tribal district of Palghar, and very interesting and thought-provoking lectures today, which we are dealing with in the field every day. And happy to share and to be part as a public health expert in this AMWI branch. And thank you very much all for.
If you become the member, you are a member, I think.
Yes, I am a member.
Yeah. So I think you.
She's a Golden Jubilee Research Awardee of ours.
Yes, madam, I know. So next time, please hold a scientific webinar for us if it is not possible physically, and present your near miss. We will love to listen to you. Now, the last awardee for this research and scientific session is Dr. Beena Doshi, very favorite of us, Beena. Beena Doshi.
Is she here?
Hello. Yeah. I'm here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Usha Saraya, for the recommendation. And I must acknowledge ICMR for giving us opportunity to, be so productive and contributing to research. Thank you very much. Proud to be part of this association.
Yeah, and do something, some good program, 1 or 2 programs with us will be highly obliged. And some program in the IRR, there we can always come.
Yes, she's an expert on PCOD, so she can do it for everybody. Everybody will come to your lecture. Everyone's dealing with PCOD nowadays.
So now the
thank you.
Sushmita, now come to the next category. नाही आपल्याला ते पल्लवी दराडे मॅडमचं वाचायचं ना, त्यांचं ते आपलं हे शिरीन मेहताजीचं अवॉर्ड आहे ना,
दाखवलंय.
नाही मॅडम त्यांचा अवॉर्ड नाही दाखवलं. So I think Pallavi, I can see Pallavi here. So Pallavi, that time it remained. I thought it will be shown at the time of awards. So this, I must thank Dr. Usha Saraya Madam, who came up with the idea that such a senior person, and from the administration, we should award her the Shirin Mehtaji's guest lecture. So she will be provided with the, certificate and the trophy in the physical meeting next. And she has delivered excellent lecture. Shirin Mehtaji guest lecture on 8th March. Get empowered by knowing taxation. Everybody enjoyed it and remain there as a, faculty always. And now you are a member, so participate fully. So heartiest congratulations, dear Pallavi. Pallavi, are you there?
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. It's an honor to be honored today. I
Yeah.
thank you all and everybody, and especially Meg, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now please show the branches. Now we have a very surprise awards for our AMWA branches. So please show the first slide. So we can see the name of our the president Lakshmi Srikhande, but it is for the Nagpur branch. And why we are awarding her this first award? Because the membership she has increased a lot, around 400 members you can see. And most importantly, she has, and I think everybody, Yamini, everybody, the Nagpur people have involved many surgeons, they involved ophthalmologists, they are cardiologists, and I can see fully all the time they are working and they are giving lectures. So it is a true picture of the AMWI, where everyone, all the faculties are actually participating. That actually we want to really do it for other branches also. We motivate other branches to involve other branches. Yeah. So congratulations to the Nagpur branch for the first prize. Next, please. Next.
Thank you.
Even Bhaktawar is getting.
Yeah, madam, she is getting na, nahi to kai karets. So now the first prize is divided into two. That is Nagpur branch and Mumbai branch. Why we are giving to Mumbai branch? Because they are single-handedly doing the cytology, colposcopy. That is one, one department where they are doing excellent work. It is not expected them to do everything together, but whatever they are doing with the help of madam and other people and colposcopy, and they are doing continuously since 45 years. Also, they are doing a lot of social programs. So they have their own strength of doing the work, and then we really, Bhaktawar, under your leadership, your Nidhi, then Priya Vora and all the trustees, I really congratulate you for your, leadership skill and doing excellent work. Please keep it up. And I am also a member of Mumbai branch, and I was the past president of Mumbai branch, where we have done the centenary celebration.
Congratulations, Bhaktu.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thank
Congratulations,
you,
Bhaktu.
Mandakini Meg.
Thank you. So this is
Thank you, Dr. Saraya, for appreciating our work and honoring our Mumbai branch also.
And now the second prize.
Also, it is there.
Yes, it is there, yes.
Yeah, and
without our whole team, we can't function. That's
and then we have the second prize, which is a Dr. Nupur Chakravarti. Here they have got their own different kind of a work, which is running the mission hospital, which is so difficult. Because now I am coming to know that government is asking for this certificate, that certificate, with the many senior persons heading that, running around. I think that is we have to appreciate our sisters. We have to appreciate our branches, that in their own way, we cannot compare that each and every function will be done by each and every branch, but they are doing something extraordinary, running a mission hospital and trying to do best in that situation is, I think, congratulations, Kolkata Bulbul Didi and everyone, and please keep it up. If any problem of any branches come, we have administrative support. I am as a national president is in any position to help Bombay branch, to Kolkata branch and the Nagpur branch, because we have constitution, we have everything, and we are very much we can advise everyone for their any kind of obstacle or problems. So thank you very much. Next. Now, I'm extremely happy that we have created around 9 chapters in last 2.5 months. So, A category chapter. Next. The first prize goes to the Dr. Shashibala Bhosle. Dr. Shashibala Bhosle, they have just inaugurated on which day, I don't know, 1 month back or something like that. But after that, they are doing excellent work in the, all the social work, preventive cancer. You can see their posters and all. And I think Shashibala, excellent work. And
Yes.
keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And she is also our social media chairperson. All the time she's putting our post on the, MWI site. AMWI. We have sent the link also to everybody should join the Facebook of AMWI. So thank you very much. And then such kind of chapters are giving lot of strength to the AMWI. And make more members. Shashibala, next time get the award for the making members.
Yes, madam.
Now the second, Kalpana, are you there? Kalpana Mahadik. So then this prize was divided into Kalpana and the Gwalior because Kalpana has done that 400 cases of ophthalmology that day because her daughter-in-law is also a member and they are doing excellent work. And most importantly, they did the physical inauguration where 125 people were present, surgeons and so many people, the faculties were present. And I had gone to Ujjain physically inaugurate the chapter. Next, please. Kalpana nahi hai ka? Haan. Next. Now the Ragini Agarwal, today only we had this big program of this Women's Day where she has involved many faculties, 40 faculties, around attendees are also 200, 300. And she is doing work in the area of adolescent, and then empowering adolescent, contraception and doing excellent work. So Ragini Agarwal, next. Now we have the most important chapter, that is a Paratwala chapter, which is a sub-district hospital, and the award of excellence goes to Dr. Aruna Gulane, that is Paratwala. You can see extremely, even they have done so much work more than the A category societies. Every week there are 2-3 programs, adolescent health program, then cancer awareness, then social, then going to the school and going to the mission hospital. I think I'm, seeing so many activities, and also they are very social. Dr. Aruna Gulane is a gold medalist for the sports activity, and there are so much talents. So I think we should go to the rural or sub-district area where people are doing excellent work, but they are not noted. And they are now doing for the AMWI. So AMWI is having this foundation from rural hospital to the sub-district hospital to the cities, district hospital, and to the metros. I think that particular thing, it is an era of expansion, I can say. And congratulations, Dr. Aruna. Are you there, Aruna? Next. Next. And now the last year we had opened 2 chapters, that is a Nasik chapter and the Kolhapur chapter. But Nasik chapter, tomorrow I'm going to the Nasik. She has kept full session of AMWI in their annual conference. She got the Dr. Elinar to give her the message. She got me, I'm going physically, and she has done excellent work as the
Elinor.
Dr. Elinar. Next, please. So Gauri, congratulations. You are busy. I know that you can't join. And I am also coming to Nasik for tomorrow's AMWI session. Next, please. And the Bharti Abhyankar doing their cytology colposcopy work. She is trained by madam and she is having her own center. And I think doing a great work. So Bharti Abhyankar, congratulations. Next, please. So I think with this, we really Pallavi madam se So with this, I think we come to the end of this felicitation program. Each one of you who has done excellent work, I also invite, so many people are there. Please aspire for the Nidhi, aspire for the good work awards. Awards are just your recognition of your commitment. So this year we had this category. Next year we will have more categories, and we are definitely going to have, include so many of you who are continuously doing. We are observing from the distance and, keeping a note of it. So once more, congratulations to each and every person for this exemplary work. Keep the work doing and motivate and make more members. Today, my appeal to Bhaktu, to Nidhi, to everybody, because now Nagpur has met 400 members. We are at 250. So try to make more and more members and different pathies also, like dental, the pathology, ophthalmology, and make some efforts. Just now in the MOGS office, I gave so many forms. At least 5 people became, on that particular day only they became the member. They paid the check and all. So I think congratulations to each and every one of you. And Sipra, bola. Yamini, please unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. For appreciating my work. I must come. Thank you. आणि छान झाला प्रोग्राम.
पुष्पा, तुला काही बोल. पुष्पा जरा बोला ना काही.
पुष्पा आहे का?
I'm definitely will be member of this shortly. लवकरात लवकर मी.
पुष्पा तू लवकर मेंबर हो नागपूरची. नागपूर ब्रांचला. तुला मागे सांगितलं होतं.
ऑलरेडी मेंबर आहे. ऑलरेडी मेंबर आहे, कौन्सिल मेंबर आहे शोभा पोटोडे, पुष्पा थोरात.
पुष्पाला म्हटलं पुष्पाला नागपूरची मेंबर होऊन जाऊ नागपूर ब्रांचची. नाही तर मग तुला करायची असेल तर मुंबईला, पण तू नागपूरला तुला लवकर प्रोग्रामला येता येतं.
आता काय झालं हे बघा, देर इज नो डिफरन्स. आता ऑनलाईन असल्यामुळे यू कॅन बिकम इफ यू वॉन्ट
ग्लोबल
टू बी असोसिएटेड विथ मुंबई, नो प्रॉब्लेम. मेनी पीपल से की आम्हाला मुंबई आवडते. ओके. आणि मुंबईला जरा जास्त बना, कारण नागपूर
मेंबरशिप वाढवायला पाहिजे. बरोबर,
मेंबरशिप वाढवायला पाहिजे ना. मेक मोर एफर्ट. तुम्ही IRR वाले तुम्ही प्लीज मेंबर्स बनवा सगळ्यांना. ओके.
येस मॅडम.
बॉम्बे इटसेल्फ, यू आर बेस्ड इन बॉम्बे. आणि शशिबाला, वेर इज शशिबाला? फोटोग्राफ. जरा प्लीज व्हिडिओ ऑन करा. लेट्स हॅव अ नाइस फोटोग्राफ.
Yes, madam.
Now the onus is on you.
Congratulations, Dr. Bhosle.
Thank you, madam. Same to you. All of us are encouraged by madam's endeavors and appreciation. Thank you.
Please member बनवा. जास्त बॉम्बे ब्रांच.
Yes, madam.
नागपूर.
कल्पना आली नाही का? कल्पना
जरा फोन. कल्पना येणार.
Mahadik, madam.
तिला दिला होता मेसेज, दिला होता. So anyway, I think now let us conclude. Nidhi, please give the vote of thanks.
Yeah, so I would like to thank Dr. Meg, Dr. Saraiya, our guest of honors, all our chairpersons, speakers, faculty members, and everybody who has attended today's event from all over India. That we've had such a fantastic program. Dr. Meg has done a fantastic job, and of course, appreciating people's work in such a nice manner that it encourages others to work, and it feels nice when your work is appreciated. So it was overall a fantastic Women's Day for all of us. Thank you very much, ma'am, and we look forward to many more such events.
Nidhi, you must thank Amit also.
Yes, and absolutely Amit and Sushmita.
Sushmita.
Because they have really worked hard.
I must thank Sushmita. She made those beautiful certificates in such a short time, because the CARC certificates were made like this, and our CARC certificate, you must have seen the beautiful certificates she made, and she saw to it that each and every person is given the proper certificate. So I think, Sushmita, thank you very much for your day and night you are working. We are so many times bothering you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
To coordinate the back part of the event is actually the toughest part. We all are the face of the event. But Sushmita and Amit, thank you very, very much.
I said you must thank Amit. Also, that's why I said you must thank Amit, who was managing.
Yes, absolutely. It went very smoothly, and we are extremely grateful. Thank you.
The faculties were excellent. I'm telling you. Faculties, we could get Pallavi. She was there till last. And and she was listen about the AMWA. She was telling me what is AMWA. Everybody wants to know, and now with the the full knowledge, and people are coming forward. Hamara chapter bana do. I think Usha is also saying something. Usha, tell me.
No, I just want to say, madam, you please share that history of AWMI,
AWA. You pronounce correctly.
AWI.
I will not take you as a member.
That is on the Facebook. I have shared it. I mean, at a Gwalior chapter, madam had told us about the history. Madam, once again, you share.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Manda.
Thank you, madam.
Manda,
Thank
for
you.
making us a part of this International Women's Day celebration. And you must be remembering that Dr. Pallavi Darade was a chief guest when we
Yes.
had a conference in Nagpur.
Nagpur, yeah. She
Yeah, I told
remembered.
her, I told Pallavi.
Manorama, Pallavi Darade also remembered.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Sometimes I speak to her and she also calls me.
We wanted to have our this Medha Gadkil madam for she is the Chief Justice in the Maharashtra Tribunal right now and she is giving justice to the women. But I said दो बड़े लोग एक साथ आएंगे तो फिर वो तो blast हो जाएगा. So next time keeping her program and this is going to be very interesting. Like everybody खूप उत्सुक आहे लोक है ना माहिती करायसाठी. Such kind of non-doctors coming to our forum and delivering such beautiful useful lectures for us, so that is something variety hai na. And also making the member. मी तिला पल्लवीला म्हटलं पहिले member हो तेव्हा तुझं lecture. She became out of love and affection she became the member. Bhaktu ko form has been sent to Bhaktu and
Mandakini, we also have one more doctor who is a IAS officer now and working for the tribal area, Dr. Khode. Dr. Khode.
भाई है कि
He also from GMC, Nagpur.
नहीं lady
Lady. Yeah.
Lady.
Yeah,
Manorama,
lady.
कोणाचं नाव सांग?
Khode, Dr. Khode.
खोडे.
काय नाव आहे तिचं पूर्ण?
माधुरी.
Madhavi Khode, she works
हाँ.
for the tribal because she was posted in the tribal department. So she also has a great work for this downtrodden and the tribal woman.
She is from Akola.
Today I met Dr. Kanchan Vanere. She is a deputy
She is a gynecologist.
director of health services.
Vanere तिथे
Yeah, she is gynecologist.
वडील तिथे gynecologist होते.
Dr. Vanire is a gynecologist. She had worked as
I
a
know.
lecturer in GMC OBGY department.
अच्छा.
चला चांगलं आहे आणि मी लकीली सगळ्यांना ओळखते त्यांनी सगळे माझ्याबरोबर काम केलेलं आहे. वानेरीने पण काम तिचे वडील आमचे जॉईंट डायरेक्टर होते.
तिने प्रॅक्टिस आधी नाशिकला केली आता ती नागपूरला आहे.
जास्त आहे ना ग. Madam, please excuse me.
Yes,
I have to go to the hospital. Thank you so much.
Yes, it has been a wonderful Women's Day. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you and wish everybody the same.
Yes.
And wishing
Please
you
share
all
the recording.
very nice
शशिकला सगळे पोस्ट
International Women's Day.
Madam, I'll do it. I'll do it.
सोशल मीडियावर टाका. ओके चला बाय बाय.
Yes, yes.
चला मी सोड.
Okay, madam. Bye.
Okay, bye.